Going live, going live, going live, going live. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, your host with the most Kanigas, as always. And his co-host is right here, Griever, as also always. Bringing you guys Friday night streams. Friday night streams. Hell's Paradise. The final part for Hell's Paradise. Let's get going. So we're going to start off that timer. And we're going to finish Hell's Paradise tonight. We're going to finish it. Finish it, ladies and gentlemen. I kid you not. So 10-minute run-off timer. For those of you who don't know, this is basically a pre-stream. And this is the countdown for the pre-stream. So after the counter is done, roughly we begin the actual reaction. So grab your chips, grab your popcorn, grab your beverage, whatever you'd like to do, and we will sit back and we will enjoy the show. And that being said, I've already talked my bullshit on the One Piece stream earlier this afternoon, so yeah, I don't have a whole fucking lot to talk about, to be honest with you. Yeah. Still working on that King and Omega video. And then I have to work on one more video to get caught up. Actually, I gotta do 2 videos. I gotta finish the video I'm currently doing. And then that ends the Purgatory versus King and Association video. That ends that. Then I got to make another video bleeding into a few chapters. And now the problem is that where it's a weekly series, I'm behind on where I wanted to be this time 2 months ago. So I've got to make 2 videos to get caught up, and then maybe I can get into weekly reactions. But anyways, fact of the matter is that yeah, I am working on it. I also have to do Jujutsu Kaisen review will be out sometime tomorrow. And then the Ayakashi Triangle review for Sunday will be out on Sunday, not like this week where it was out like 5 days later. No, I'll have that one done. That one will be on time for a change. So yeah. Also, potentially we are going to do a VC discussion tonight. It depends on how quickly I get through. Apparently, there's only 7 chapters to read. You know, last Friday just went a little long, and I said, you know what, no, I'd rather stop here. And Misk actually said, yeah, you know what, you should stop here and then finish it, and then maybe we can do a discussion. So potentially we'll do a VC discussion about Hell's Paradise after I finish with the reaction. Apparently, there's a couple of they fight chapters, so realistically, we might even get through this in the first hour. You know, I have no idea, but potentially. So, Miss says, "Good evening." Hey, Misk. How you doing? It's a Friday. I'm exhausted, to be honest with everybody. Neve pointed it out in the One Piece stream that I'm sweaty, I've been working, and I have been. So yeah, just been a long time, been a long week in general. Though I went to a new authentic taco place today and had a amazing chorizo taco. I had an amazing chorizo taco. It had the cilantro, it had the onions, it had the chorizo sausage, and it was just wrapped in a beautiful tortilla. And then I put that green salsa all over it, and it was fucking amazing. It was so good. Miss says, we're playing D&D tonight. That's surprising because Neve said that there's no D&D on Fridays. Weird. But Playfree is mostly running the show right now. Oh, Playfree took over as Dungeon Master from you, Misk. The usurper, so to speak. Interesting. and we should be done in an hour or so. All right. Well, if there's no one willing to VC, I mean, I can end this very, very quickly. It's no big deal. So, if there's no VC, there's no VC. It's fine. It was just a suggestion from you to do a discussion after the last stream. But if we don't do it, we don't do it. It's cool. By the way, we have 4 people in here and only 1 like. I don't like those odds. Why don't we make that a 4-4? Why don't we make that happen? Now, in all honesty, I'm on a bit of a schedule tonight. So we're going to forgo the pre-stream a little bit. And we're just going to jump right in. Because apparently most of the people that enjoy these reactions are in a D&D right now for the next hour. So, yeah. So we might as well avoid the pre-stream shit. And just get into the reaction and get her done. So, Miss said we usually avoid doing it on Fridays for these streams, but the people demanded it be tonight. Should at least be able to VC when you're done reading. Okay, I mean, fair enough. We'll have to wait and see what happens. So yeah, but anyways, we are going to forego the usual, there's only 4 minutes left of the pre-stream. I already had a stream earlier today, as you guys know. And I already talked my bullshit. So, when you do 2 streams in the same day, you don't really have a whole lot of 10 minutes of pre-stream to deal with unless you have a good chat going. And all I've got here is Miss right now. So, let's just kick it off. Let's kick it off. Alrighty. Let's get rid of that timer. And let's start off. Okay. Chapter 121. My 8th daughter, Yui. She still got the hair. I like the consistency of the hair. We like our waifu. Like every good female of Iwagaraku, her role has been drilled into her. You two will live together and produce as many offspring as possible. It's one of those cults. Now, my 8th daughter. Up until this point, I have believed that this was his only daughter. But now we're told it's the 8th daughter. Maybe that was mentioned earlier and I forgot it, but okay. Gabimaru. Yui. Gabimaru. Eek! Okay, what? Pats her on the head. Huh? Husband? What are you doing? Okay. Sorry, couldn't help it. Meaning? Ever since the day we met, I've wished I could be more open with you. It's only like 5 minutes into the stream and I already want to cry. Gabimaru the man! Like, we don't call him Gabimaru the Hollow. We call him Gabimaru the man because he is the epitome of what every husband, every man should aspire to be. This man is fan-fucking-tastic. Let's go! Let's see. Back then, it just didn't feel real. I'd stolen countless lives, so I didn't feel qualified to enjoy a normal life. That hasn't changed. I'm afraid I don't follow, but just because you've sinned in the past, it's not as if you're forbidden from seeking a sense of normalcy. Huh? Are any of us truly without sin? You seem to be suffering a great deal, but acts of regret and reflection are part of atonement. If even a single person who accepts you should appear, then is that not enough? Someone who accepts me? Yes. This is some wholesome fucking shit. We are not ready for this wholesome level shit. And then he thinks about it, and then, oh my god, he's covered in flowers. Oh, right, they tried to fight Tensen and fucking got slaughtered. Alright, so Gabimaru was covered in flowers. Like a happy idiot. I guess so. Right? I gotta accept myself. And be free of this burden. So I can move forward. Okay, just completely growing more and more and more. Learning how to cook with a wife. Learning how to bathe with a wife. Oh, Gabimaru's the shy motherfucker. Let's go. You know what? I see it. I see it. Sagiri! She's ready to end it. She's ready to say, no, you were too far gone. Is this the end of Gab? You know what? There's only like 7 chapters left. So I could actually see Gabimaru dying at the end. Like, it'd be hard, but I can see it. See, when a mangaka writes a story, generally speaking, the main characters are safe, unless you're Joss Whedon, who, once again, for all his faults, is a great writer and a great storyteller. He's been doing great shit for 30 years. I mean, Buffy, Firefly, Avengers, it can't be denied. But here, usually with mangakas, there's a safety net. There's a safety net of main characters. When you reach the end of a story, there's very little in the way of a safety net. So, maybe? Well, don't you look to be having a pleasant time? No, you must live on and accept the burdens that come with it, says Sagiri. And here comes the blow. Wait, you must live on. Wait a minute. She did wait, what? He wakes up and he's Gabimaru. Is that my... It's his head. All the shit. You've returned, Gabimaru. Huh? Sagiri, what's with all the blood on her? The abrification would not cease, so I resorted to drastic measures. Drastic, huh? Yes, I amputated parts where the roots had taken deep hold, while pressing your tendon to mine to aid our restorative connection. Wait, what? So wait, you mean... Wait, what? What is going on here? Pressing your tendon to mine to aid our restorative connection. You mean... Oh, so... She took him into her? What the fuck is going... That's, like, surprisingly sexual, but not sexual. I don't even know what to make of this shit. I took a page from your book, so to speak, and tried even the most outlandish methods. No harm done, assuming it worked. No harm done. Wow, you're, amazing. So she cut off his limbs and then took his torso and was like, here's my titties. That's what I'm gathering. And then rebuilt him from the head, from the limbs. I mean... That's... Alright. Fine. At this point, whatever. We have Shugen's bullshit to deal with. There's bigger bullshit in Hell's Paradise, so I'm not worried. So, Shugen's still fighting, and Jesus, Shugen's still fighting. Our situation could not be worse. Many of our allies are potentially lost to us, while Rand has not even been scratched. I cannot see a path to victory. Gabimaru says, sure, but we're still alive. Oh, and he's got his haircut. He's got a haircut. When did he get the haircut? Oh, we woke up with the haircut. My bad. No sense in giving up till we're not. Gabimaru has a new fascination with life. I love it. I really gotta thank you. You shattered my resolve and dragged me back toward doubt. That's why the Tao healing works so quick. I even managed to execute my role by beheading you. You know what? Technically, she did. I like the poeticness of that. That technically, she did fulfill her duty by beheading him. Because she did behead Gabimaru. I love it. I actually really love that. Gabimaru said, is that a joke? Jokes should be funny. Sir Shion taught me well. Yes, he did. Anyway, it's helped me to see the light. Couldn't pass that up. Yeah, see the light. We can't just leave this up to fate. Failure would backfire big time, but there's no other way. Boom. Here they're ready to go. Alright, chapter 122. Alright, so boom, we have Shion, Dragon's Blade, and what's her name? Heavy. We can't climb up there with him. Jika, you sit up there? You still up there? Yes? Oh dear Jika. Haul up this big O for some rope. Rope? Sure. Got your rope right here. Don't tell me you're... Boom. Oh shit. He's sloshed. And at a time like this, fool, imbecile, you utter bonehead. Language, sensei. Okay, I like that. It's like language sensei, calling him a fool, an imbecile, an utter bonehead. Didn't call him anything. I like that. I like the whole like, oh, language. He didn't even say a shit word. He just fucking, you know, he just said, like, I like that trope because you have it in Avengers 2. It's like shit. Language. It's like, is anybody gonna acknowledge the fact that Cap just said the language? You know. So there's that. Yuzahira's here too. Oh, good. Still breathing. You didn't have to save me too. Kindly shut your mouth, Jika. Oh, Shion wants to kill him. Sensei seems mad. But Jika, you asshole. I mean it. Save me or don't. It all ends the same way. Gabimaru and Shugen couldn't make a dent. Ran won't be beaten. Don't mistake this for despair. I'm just being objective. When fighting can only lead to death, why not end with a good drink? You filthy no-good slacker. Language? Never Gary. No good slacker. Shugen is beaten down heavy. And Rian coming in for the kill, and... Boom, boom, what? Here comes Sagiri. Gabimaru and Sagiri! They're alive? Sagiri. Wait, are they right there? Wait, are they on... Wait, they're on the ship? So they see everything? Sagiri. Incorrigible. Beyond reason. How irritating. Boom. Here they go. Boom. Sagiri and Gabimaru go forth. Choom, 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 choom. Slashing, nothing hits. Boom. Gabimaru grabs Sagiri. Draws her back. Boom. She gets stricken. Those two are wild. In perfect sync. Yes, the exchange of blows will do nothing. Do they have a strategy in mind? Oh, wait. Did she give the Tau into her blade and send it into... Oh, wait a minute. Is this some Odin sword shit? Right. If Gabimaru uses Sagiri's sword... Slash. Wrong, says Jika. The Tau that hinders loses its punch that way. Don't you remember how the little lady explained that? See? Oh, it's regrowing. Ugh, okay, then what if Grip grabbed Sagiri. Wait, they're doing this all to set him up. Gabimaru just swings Sagiri around. Wrong, also ridiculous. What were you thinking? Sorry, just another option to try out. We're as short on time as it is, so please don't just take it through. And Shugen is watching. Wait, Shugen can pick up anything. He's got like eyes of the Lord, but bullshit. So, despite this apparent buffoonery, the woman's wood tow forms a spear point while the shinobi assists. Still nothing beyond my expectations, but I can ill afford more of the scuffle. So now, boom! What does he do with his 8 arms and female form? I shall break your spear. Intense, yet tranquil. Shugen is watching. Sagiri, when I saw the roster for this mission, I was most concerned about you. Your kindness made you soft and fragile. I believed a job as trying as this would place you in great danger. But now I see that more than anyone, you are. You didn't struggle against Shiga, 'cause you're weak. That's not it. You let Shiga provoke you, and gave yourself over to anger. Doubt, discord. Discord, people. That middle path that gives Tao its power. Once you realize and accept that, you'll be stronger than me. Strength, weakness, and doubt, they make me what I am. Oh shit, ugh. I am the spear, the linchpin of our plan. Fum, 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 fum. And here comes the castle. Gabimaru is the covert operative. Oh, completely synced into the shadows. Let's go. After all, slinking through the shadows is Shinobi's calling. Just watching, waiting, and boom. Rein's whole goal is to revive her master, Jofuku. It's simple then. We destroy the old guy. Oh, finding the old corpse. That section over there is shielded by some special Tao. That's got to be where they'll find Jofuku's remains and the paradise butterflies. Wouldn't striking there only be adding fuel to the already raging fire, so to speak? Don't tell me you forgot already. When someone lets those extreme emotions take over, their Tao is weakened. Tao is held together by the discord between yin and yang. Lean too much to either side and the power fades. So if Rian's heart suddenly fills with rage, yes, of course. But what if you fail? Failing now would backfire big time. But there's no other way. It's a gamble. Whoa, they're there for real? Says Chika. Ha? What are they trying? Right at that moment when Rian has a flash of rage, that's when you slash her tendon. Let's go. And she's actually a she, so I'm not using the pronouns incorrectly. Let's go. Chapter 123. I'll destroy Jofuku to provoke Rand to anger. Alright. Then when her Tao is disrupted by the flash of rage, she'll slash her tendon. The time's got to be perfect. Ascetic blaze. Huh? Wait. He's not there. It's 2 robes. A robe for a male and a female, I'm assuming. But one is like... got some weird fucking spider mold thing on it. A brazier? The post-wedding brazier and a flower crown. Oh, that's what it is. It looks like a hairy spider. Along with traditional wedding garb for the continent. Rein's whole goal is to revive her master Jofuku. They were man and wife? Yeah, but didn't we already know this? Didn't we already know this, though? But maybe Gabimaru didn't know it? Oh, so he's being sentimental. Is this his idea of being sentimental? He saw like a picture and he went, ah, shit. They were man and wife, and Gabimaru is pausing. We must be in perfect sync too soon, and she'll block my attack. Too late and she'll regenerate. This chance will only last an instant. Missing it means death. Oh shit. He's thinking of his own wife and he's going, I get her, because technically Gabimaru has the exact same goal as Rayan. The exact same goal. You could argue the methods are different, but the goal is the same. It's to reunite with the loved one. And that's going to resonate with him, and oh shit. Rayan cries, and Gabimaru also is Rayan cries, and Gabimaru seemingly, he's not crying, but he can't do it. He's sweating, he can't do it. And Shugen comes out of nowhere. To be a samurai means being prepared to die at any moment in order to carry out the will of the clan. For duty is the pride of a samurai. Oh, using Aizen's and the pride of the Yamada clan. Grab, free of thought, till death. Thinking of the two. With singular devotion, thinking of Yamada. Towards death's embrace. Boom. Wait, so Shugen showed up. Gabimaru couldn't do it, so Shugen... Listen. In general, we do not like Shugen. But as I said in previous streams, the man makes a lot of good points. Does a lot of good shit. And here at the end, you know what Shugen is? Shugen is Gollum. Because without Gollum, the world would be over. Gollum saved the world. Not intentionally, but did. By grabbing the ring and frolicking in to the pits of Mount Doom. So, Shugen was instrumental in the winning of the war. This is not a great thing, but there goes Jofuku. It's about bloody time. And then Rayan is completely devastated, and then slash, there goes the tendon in half. Saigiri. What a beautiful shot. Boom, boom. Game over. Game over. I mean, it works. I don't know, like, technically, you know, from a storytelling perspective, it makes sense. We're not having the hero save the day. We're having the unexpected person we don't like save the day. You know what I mean? It does work in a narrative perspective that the person who has been changed that we hate up until this point but now has been changed. You know what I mean? Like, it works. So yeah, we have Saigiri. Then we have Jika. We have Shion. We have Gabimaru. Is it over? I remember sort of online. Oh shit, the place is breaking. It's coming apart. Yeah, because Rand's tower's gone. I've got the elixir of life, so let's get back to the junk. And Gabimaru reaching out the hand. Sir Shugen. Holy shit. Tower's life force itself. Used too much and Shugen's already dead. You know what? This one's hard. This one's hard. Because you could argue that Shugen is a piece of shit. And he is. But once again, as I've made the argument before, if Da Vinci was a piece of shit, does that make his paintings any less good? If Albert Einstein's an asshole, does E equal MC squared still ring true? Like, you gotta separate the art from the artist. And right now, this man lived a life that I don't necessarily agree with, but at the end of the day, he sacrificed everything. When the heroes technically, Gaimaro hesitated. He hesitated. At the cost of the world. And Shugen showed up. So, with a heavy heart, I think we need to do this. Let's raise a glass for Shugen. For this one thing. And only one time. But Shugen does deserve the raised glass. Not for everything he's done before, but everything he saved since. That's what we raise the glass for. So, moving on. Wait, what? Security just got blasted to the chest. Wait the fuck up. What? Gaimaro, wait, what? My only desire will never come to fruition, and I have reached my limit. This is the end of everything. Oh, wait, what the fuck? You're not even you. What the fuck? Now you're a flower thingy? I'll take it all. From you humans too. I'll take everything. You were a human, you dumb broad. That's what I hate. That is one thing that I despise in manga nowadays, or in general, is when the person who's like, I am, like, they conceited, wretched humans. It's like, you are a human. You became a Super Saiyan, but you're still a human. You're a fucking human. You're not a Saiyan. You're not a god. You're not this. You were born, you had a mommy and a daddy, and they loved you very much, or they despised you from Mississippi, whatever, you know? But at the end of the day, the fact of the matter is you were born a human. You do have a birth certificate, you had a driver's license, you had a social security number. You're a fucking human being. Stop pretending like, you humans. Like, you're not one of, like, stop. It's so conceited, it's so dumb, and it makes the villains seem so one-dimensional. I fucking hate it when human-born villains that are granted magical powers all of a sudden think that they are not human. It's so stupid. It's so dumb. So, boom, Gaimaro loses his hand. Sagiri is dying. And now we have a flashback, I'm assuming, because it's Aizen. The act of seppuku does not kill this body instantly, hence the need for a swift beheading. Cannot stem the bleeding. No point, no hope. As of now, all that each side can do is steal more lives from the other. We are robbed, and we rob in return. Is that the only recourse? Wa, Jika, power alone won't defeat Rain. No power won't get it done. Gaimaro. Boom. So Ryan and Gaimaro are kicking the shit out of each other. In that moment, why did you hesitate? Oh, he was gonna burn. Oh, wait a minute. Ryan's waiting. Right then, my wife's face shot up in my head. Wait a minute. Joe Fuku. I thought that just maybe you could relate, so I couldn't bring myself to. Wait, Jika knew? But if Jika knows, he can't tell anybody. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm not going to take back my Shugen Raves the glass, but now it's only a half glass, to be fair. And she's there with her husband. Getting old, thinking about things. But what I don't understand is she got old, but then she revived to her beautiful state. Why didn't he, and he's going meditating and shit like that, and she's getting younger and he's getting older. Why didn't he partake in the rituals that made her what she is? And then boom, he died, and she was young and couldn't take it. Like, this is extremely, like, I'm not questioning the storyline of this. This is incredibly sad and stuff, but I think I'm forgetting the reason as to why Joe Fuku didn't save himself. Is that a plot hole? Like, he saved her, but he didn't save himself? Like, why? And then, healing Gabimaru, healing Sagiri. And Ran is totally you. She's finally done. She's done. And now she's left the mortal plane. Old body's gone. And now in the flowers they see Joe Fuku with Ran once more. You know, it's actually kind of sweet. That's actually kind of nice. It's actually kind of nice. Alright, so let's see. Chapter 125. Let's see what happens. Before that, we'll check the chat and we'll take a leak. Let's see. Miss said, now I think it's the first time they mentioned that. Oh, really? Said, it's the healing, though, closer contact is stronger healing. Oh, right, yeah. Alright, so it was skin to skin. I get you. Miss said, guess his hair grew back a little shorter. I guess so, or his hair got cut. It's weird. Joseph said, oh shit, I'm late. Joseph said, what chapter are we on? Right now, 125, I think. Yeah, 125. Miss said, Garamaro didn't know that, I think, or at least they didn't know the full extent. Fair enough. Empathy. How inconvenient. Let's get Shugen the sociopath to take care of it. But realistically, now, he took care of it, but really he didn't, because Rayan still came back, and then it was Gabimaru who saved the day, so technically didn't save it? I don't know. That's like a hollow victory with that one. Miss said, he's a piece of shit, but he died for a good cause. He did. That's why I don't mind raising the glass. He died, but he did it for the right reasons. Joseph said, well, what is a human if you change your body to be inhuman? You can get very philosophical with that. No. I just mean that in general, I can't stand characters that all of a sudden they were born a human. Like, I was born in Minnesota to 2 trucker parents and a woman who worked at the grocery store. And all of a sudden at 18, I got the power of Superman, and now, you conceited, wretched humans, you are beneath me. It's like, you were born a human, asshole. You went to high school, you have a driver's license, you got bullied in elementary and third grade. Like, shut the fuck up about not being human, you know? I don't like those characters. I don't mind the characters that do that and were never human. I hate the characters that were human and then turn into the whole I'm above humans. That's dumb. I've always hated it. I've always hated it. Just said, writing that down as a theme for a book I could write. There you go. Kane says, sup. Just says, sup. Just said, I don't know. Why didn't he use it on himself? I have no idea. Just said, final chapters, boys. Just says, still, fuck Shugen. I mean, fair point. Miss said, not everyone can succeed at becoming Tencent, so Jofuku wasn't able to do it. Well, maybe they should have said that. Like, I'm still open-ended then. Are we literally inferring that? Are we inferring the fact that Jofuku created the ability to turn Tencent, but apparently it didn't work on him? Is that what we're inferring and never told? Because I call fucking horseshit. Kane said none of this is making any sense to me. It's not making much sense to me either, Kane, to be fair. You're convincing me that Jofuku invented immortality but couldn't perform it on himself because X? And we're supposed to infer that from the fact that he's dead? That is some open-ended horseshit. So, better explanation incoming in the chat. Otherwise, Hell's Paradise has a serious lore problem. A stupidly seriously lore problem. Alright, so I'll be right back. We're 41 minutes into the stream. And we'll be right back, and we'll start off with chapter 125. Potentially, we still have a VC to do. May or may not be doing it. Have to wait and see. But we'll be right back. Okay, then. So let's jump into chapter 125. Even though I think the lore has a bit of an issue now. That is so sad. That is very sad. But you never know what you're gonna deal with, you know? Okay, so chapter 125 begins with Jika drunk as shit. I always had faith you could pull it off. I mean, Sagiri and Gamara for sure. Let's drink to your victory. This dope just got sloshed and took a nap. That's all he did. Indeed, imbibing and sleeping with his sole contribution. Dragonblade said, I just want to know where he was stashing that bottle all this time. Let's give him a break. He's the only helmsman we got. We should have known that Kanochi would get it. Now I'd better start rowing. Huh? Rowing? As if that'll get us home. We need only row at the outset. After that, the sea currents and the wind should carry us to the mainland within a few hours. Before arriving, however, Nagari and I will switch to a smaller craft and part ways with you all. We won't be returning to Edo. The rest of you have the official pardon to worry about. Why so doom and gloom, says Yuzuriya. We were always competing for the pardon, so all of us being buddy-buddy on the trip home, that's never going to happen, never was. Hang on, don't tell me an execution went and grew feelings for a bunch of convicts. Looking at the elixir. I'm afraid I have, says Sagiri's honest. She's a fucking great character. Let's just, once again, Hell's Paradise, 5 out of 10. And then story, 6 out of 10. Characters, 10 out of fucking 10. Bringing the series up to, I think, a solid 8. A solid 8. Does it reach my top 30? It's a contender for the basement. It's a contender for the basement. It's not bad. It's not bad. But Sagiri has grown some character. I'm afraid I have. I've grown so fond of all of you, which puts me in a difficult position. Sin exists, as does evil. I know that, of course, but convicts, though you may be, you're all very dear to me. I see the paradox all too well, and yet I have no answer. Is that so wrong? Yuzuriya, nah, I'm no villain, said Gurion. Not like these nasty pieces of work. Says Dragonblade. You're as vile as villain as they come. My pure and innocent self, really? Every gal on this earth is villainous who leads men astray. Dragonblade just said the greatest sentence in all of manga history. Every gal on this earth is a villainess who leads men astray. That is a fucking fact. I know of a lesbian who literally used men for money. Who used her to get money out of men. She's a fucking lesbian. So don't give me this whole horse shit about the sexualities and all the bullshit. She was doing it on fucking purpose. This is a fact. Women can get it. Listen, any guy goes into a bar and flaunts his fucking dick, he getting arrested. You get a woman showing off her titties, it's how many men are following her home. There is a double standard. It is a fact, and you're never going to fix it. My point is that stop trying to pretend like that's not the case. Stop. Like, I'm good with feminism. I'm good with, like, listening to women, and I'm good with all that shit. But stop pretending like, oh, women can't walk into a bar and get laid that night. Yeah, it might be a 5 out of 10 man. It might be a 10 out of 10 man. But the fact of the matter is, any woman, if she lowers her standards enough, can get laid any night of the week. That's a fact. A man has to work his ass off even to get a 4. That's a fact. Unless you're a fucking millionaire hockey player, sorry. You have to work. And here we see this is the clear thing. Every gal on this earth is villainous who leads men astray. It's true. They do. They do. Even my own wife does that. She does. Not gonna deny it. I'm pussy whipped. I'm trying to make her happy. Why? I don't want her to leave me. It's very simple. I want to keep her. So to keep her, I gotta make her happy. Ironically, on the shoe on the other foot, to keep me, she doesn't have to do shit. See how that's not fair? Just pointing it out. So, let's see. She says, wait, does that make me a villain too? You, boyo? You're no gal. No help! Murder! I'm already hurting really bad. Right, because she's a girl. There is nothing remotely villainous about you, Gary. Your plight is a product of the era, and can we see the lectures for you later, Teach? Any which way, the worst villain here is Gabimaru. When it's for his wife's sake, he does whatever he wants. That's totally his shtick, yeah. And since wifey is his big motivation, doesn't that make her a villain too? Please, Yuzuriya. Nah, it's love. Yeah, that's fair too. Wait, no. Yuzuriya's reasoning is flawed. Just because if someone fights for love, it doesn't make the person involved in the love a co-conspirator. That's false. Dragonbird said, anyone who could tame this wildcat has got to be a mighty force of evil. Gabimaru thinking about it. Ha! Everyone's shocked? Shion? Dragonblade? Yuzuriya? Ha ha! My Yui, a villain. Ha ha And everyone is shocked as shit because the man could laugh. You can actually laugh? It's just too ridiculous imagining her as villain. Dude, ridiculous. You know, I like that. That's a wholesome moment. Do the flowers still have their roots in you? Oh shit. Great, more bragging about how swell his gal is. I gotta say, I'm getting sick of the sweetheart crap. Oh, what's the harm? In fact, I'd like to hear about her, says Shion. Yeah, Shion would actually, you'd be like, hey, can we come to your village? Maybe we all got together, create our own village where nobody cares, and maybe I meet your wife. Yeah, tell us, what's your deal? I wasn't asking for more. Could be a decent way to kill some time. Agreed. I, too, am interested for future reference. Ahem. If y'all insist, where to begin? Just kill me now! And then they talk. Even Dragonblade, who pretends not to be interested. And they're all laughing and getting along, and Dragonblade is smiling. This has got to be one of the most wholesome shots I've seen. This is nice. This is a nice fucking shot. And then we get the sky. About time, eh? There's the elixir. No hard feelings, yeah? Oh, it's Dragonblade. Yuzuriya, we gotta figure out who's gonna be, Gabimaru. Shortly after, at a port. Look, that boat. Wait a minute. So we never wait. My lord, I bring news. A ship dispatched at the Pure Land has completed the return voyage. The harbor guards reports 2 men and 1 woman aboard. That's why the reasoning was 2 men and 1 woman. Because they're the only ones who will actually. I love this. This series has been a treat, ladies and gentlemen. This series has been a treat. So let's see. Chapter 126. Let's check the chat really quick. Kane said it has the same problem Toriko has when he was suddenly able to unshot the end boss. Makes no sense. No, that first off, Toriko had no problem like that, and second off, no, that didn't happen. Joseph said, so cute, love this cast. Joseph said, shout out to that lesbian playing the game for real. I mean, she was playing the game. Joseph said, love them all laughing. It was a great moment. Kane said, what character development are you talking about? Only a handful of characters had meaningful development. Kane, are you reading the same thing? Are you reading the same thing? I question. Are you reading the same shit? Because, seriously, this whole story is moved by character. Joseph said Shion would definitely visit Gabby and his wife. Absolutely. They would all visit. Says Justin. Absolutely. Kane said Gabby is a 4 out of 10 character development. Joseph said, Kane, what? Yeah, Kane, I'm going to be honest with you. My wife's here, so I have to curb my drinking. My usual amount that you guys are used to is being cut in half at bare minimum. So, believe me when I say that there's not enough alcohol in this house to deal with that. I cannot deal with that statement. That statement is dumb. It makes no sense. And I love Caden, but I absolutely fundamentally disagree with every fiber of my being, everything that was just said. Every word of that statement is incorrect in so many ways I can't even. And there's not enough drugs in this fucking house to deal with the ramifications of that statement. So we're going to move on. Chapter 126. Boom. We have the Shogun's palace, I'm assuming. You are now in the presence of His Eminence the Shogun. Present your... Usually they say his name, but whatever. Present your report on the mission in question. Raise your head. Yamada Asayamon Sagiri. Oh, she's here. Raise your head. Yamada Asayamon Jika. Oh, there's Jika too. So wait, we have Jika, one woman, one man. What's the second man? As for what comes next, leave that all to Sir Jika. I'd like to lay the groundwork. Jika's got a plan. It's been 10 days since we returned to Edo. What groundwork did he mean? First, I once again express my undying gratitude to His Eminence for assigning me to this mission. And as assistant instructor, Shugen gave his life to the cause. I, Yamada Asaemon Jika, will make the report in his stead. Lord Shugen, honored retainers, my report consists of 2 matters. First, the delivery of the elixir of life. Oh. Second, the survivor of this mission was death row convict Tamiya Gentetsusai. The other duties have ended with their deaths. Gabimaru and Azachobe, Yuzuira and Nuragari were severed from this mortal chain by my blade, as was my responsibility. Oh, showing the hair. Oh, fair enough. Very well. Bow down, Tamiya Gentetsusai. His Eminence will now beset upon you His grace and His mercy. Good show. You are now pardoned. Walks away. With this business concluded, one moment, Lord Awaki. What of Wait, what? What of our arrangement? Not to worry, I've done my duty as well. So the Shogun leaves. What of our arrangements is Jika? I've done my duty as well. Just as Sir Jika has testified, it is confirmed that the shinobi of the Irigaki were operating in pursuit of their own ends. This constituted nothing less than treason against His Eminence. Wait, what? The chief lost his head for this affront. The village was seized and the Irigaki collective is effectively dissolved. Wait, what? Wait, what? I'm missing something. Who just... Chief lost his head. I don't understand what happened. Who is this? Is that the retainer guy? Indeed, the spirit of rebellion must be permitted to muster strength, and leaving such a force to fester would have surely haunted you upon your ascent to the Rojo Council of Elders, Lord Aoki. I'm not... Wait. The paneling here fucking is atrocious. Absolutely terrible. Because now I see his head's on a fucking platter. The old guy is dead. Okay, fair enough. But when did we have the indication of that? Like, their paneling is fucking... Like, people complained about One Piece, but Hell's Paradise has done this no less than, like, 6 times, and so is Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, okay, so this guy raises, what, at what point are we at? Like, he raises the head, but I don't even know that. I'm thinking, it's like, wait, what? Like, what's going on here? Okay, so Iwagaku's head, the old man, is finally dead. That's fantastic. Indeed, the spirit of rebellion mustn't be permitted to muster strength, and leaving such force to fester would have surely haunted you upon your ascent to the Rojo Council of Elders, Lord Aoki. Okay, fair enough. So Lord Aoki is... Yes, and the ghastly rumors were all nonsense to the last. The old fool could be slain just as any other. And the ghastly rumors were all nonsense to the last. The old fool could be slain just as any other. Of course, because he's old and there is no magic. He's not... Yeah, fair enough. This was the underground work he mentioned. I see his head, but what of the body? As your suggestion, Sir Jika, several drops of the elixir were forced down his throat prior to the beheading. Roots and vines then did spread from his trunk, and even now that spot, the plant that replaced the man, thrives. Can such a state be called immortality? The coward chieftain retainers have deemed that. How wondrous, says Jika. A tree can live for centuries or more. Why, as a holy tree, His Eminence could watch over his clan in perpetuity, just as the Komatachi Kambar does today. Renouncing one's humanity is a small price to pay to ascend to undeniable godhood. Yes, indeed. His Eminence will preside as a symbol of peace and tranquility, the successor of the great Toshio Daigo Genno. This posthumous Buddhist name given to Tokugawa Ieyasu, founder of the Tokugawa shogunate. Yes, very well. None can deny the elixir's value, but further decision will have to wait. So... Not gonna lie, a little bit confused. So they closed the doors and oof, that took a lot out of me. Sir Jika, please, relax, the high and mighty ones are gone now. Well, that went swimmingly, yes, scarily so. So, have you all decided who's getting that precious pardon? I see. I'd say you're making the right choice. Oh, they're all pointing at Dragonblade. Ganticize a swordman with a famous face, so life on the lam would be a tall order. And like Shion, you two ought to abandon your names in your old lives, just like the I Ching prediction. Come again? Forget it. You bunch will switch to separate rowboats. Time to say our goodbyes. Oh, that's nice. I'll confirm your death and keep your village from coming after you. Just gotta smooth things over. Yuzuria leaves. So Gary says one last goodbye to Gabimaru and they talk, but they don't say anything. And then walk by and smiles on their faces. Oh, that's sweet. That's nice. I like that. We all wonder what characters say to each other when they say goodbye, but sometimes the silent goodbye is nice. MASH did it perfectly. MASH had the greatest ending of all time. Once again, the most watched program up until like a Super Bowl like 30 fucking years later, because it literally backed up the United States sewer system. That's how great the MASH season finale was. And I still hold that to this day as the greatest. So let's see. They're weighing on your mind, huh? You know, every gay tale has got to come to an end. Like, think about Momotaro's life after Onigashima Island. They don't paint on the skull because it'd be a big bore. That'd be tacky, right? Same goes for us. Fate brought us together to share the stage of our life. But now that Onigashima's behind us, their lives are their own now. Some will return to where they belong. Some will start a course for new lands. Others will do both. I'll arrange things so you just pay a visit to this one nunnery. After our tale ends, what a bit of luck on that. That's for them and for them alone. Peeking would be tacky, right? Our part is just to hope and wish and pray for their happiness wherever it may be found. Yep, that's wet. I like that. I like the way they ended that. I like the idea. That's not for our eyes. You know? Because it's not. That was beautiful. I haven't seen that done. I'll be honest with you. I have not seen that version done. I have not seen the idea of the returning lovers finally getting together once again. And we don't get to see it, but it works so well. I've never seen that done. I've never seen the whole... That's a private moment between the characters. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's not for any of us to see. Like, leave the characters alone. Let them have their moment to be in bliss. I've never seen that done. That was probably one of the greatest original moments I have seen in the last, 10 years. I've never seen that happen. I have read, at this point, now I'm getting close to that 300 manga. And no, I'm not counting one-shots like some people. Some people claim that they're reading... I've read 1,500. No, you read 900 one-shot and only 400 manga. Shut the fuck up. But I've read 300 real manga that are over 10 chapters. And... I think that's the first time I've seen that shit. I really do. I think that's the first time I've seen that. And that was swell. That was sweet. As I said, that's some water right there. Just saying. That's some water. That's some salt. I'm seeing some salt, you know? Yeah, no, that was nice. That was really nice. So, we'll read chapter 127 really quick, because I thought that was a great end to the series. I don't know what 127 is. Apparently it's the last chapter of the series, but we get this beautiful color spread that I like. But I don't understand what 127 is going to bring us, so let's see. Before we jump into the chat. So let's see. Mid-1800s, British occupied Hong Kong. The British occupied Hong Kong in the mid-1800s? We should have probably kept it, considering they're communists now. These punks don't look like locals. I believe they're men from England, brother. Recent war has thrown the power dynamic and power into chaos. Chaos, that's what I love to hear, just like the word. Why is he so small? Listen up, Englishmen. As of yesterday, the underworld here belongs to me, and you folks are on next on the menu. You fucking baby. Say what? He's cursing you out and calling you a child. I'm no brat. Oh. Clutched him. Oh, so he survived. Okay, this extra chapter is actually really hurting me. Your brother's tendon? Incredible. The Tao still lives within. Here, placing it in this vessel will stimulate the cycling of Tao. Combining its effects with the own restorative attribute will hasten his recovery. If it's only a bit of it mixed in, it will make a family of all of us. Fucking baby, come on. Stab. Using my power on these punks is beneath me. Forcing this transformation is a waste of perfectly good clothing, not to mention Tao. But you possess an inexhaustible wardrobe, brother. The way of the one wins? The way of the twins. Oh, sorry. The mysterious pair suddenly appeared in Hong Kong shortly after the city was occupied by the British, and the older of the Azure brothers possessed inhuman abilities as if being not of his mortal plane, and the younger is a shrewd and calculating strategist. The wicked metropolis of Hong Kong was already home to a three-way conflict between the occupying British forces and the underworld and secret agents of the Qin dynasty, and the arrival of these brothers only hurls the city deeper into the abyss of chaos. Once again, if you had let the British take over, it's like America. America's, terrible. England is far better. Had they not rebelled and thrown a bunch of tea into the Boston Harbor as a hissy fit, maybe we'd be better off. At the same time, in Japan's Hitoyoshi domain, doesn't that look a bit too pretentious? Huh? No way. I just think you're a bit young. That's all the girls in town dress. Yes, well, hey you. Yes, how may I help you? Not talking to you, bub. A fine broad like you was wasted on the blind. How about a drink with us instead? A fine broad? Oh, Shion. Oh, shit. She's looking nice. Unless you wish to be parted from your torsos, you will vanish from our sight at once. They were just a couple of harmless drunks. All men are either beasts or thieves, or thieving beasts, in fact. Shion is not wrong. Not that lecture again. It seems my lectures haven't sunk in yet. Oh dear, you have something on your face. How does he know? How does he know? Today we travel north in search for your community. Are we so tired? Should we borrow the wagon? Yeah, okay. Father and daughter, I suppose, though I don't see the resemblance. Blind Wolf in the Cup. This is some Fire Emblem level shit. We're seeing like the due to their actions, they went this way and did this and did that. Like, we're seeing some Fire. You know what? I appreciate it. I like the Fire Emblem ending shit. A blind swordsman and a girl travel the land in search of a peaceful life, drifting from one town to the next. By some fate, they find themselves caught up in trouble after trouble. When the smoke clears and all are well again, they depart as nameless as when they arrived. Some point along the way, whispers spread of the so-called blind wolf and the cub. They never asked to right the wrongs of the world, but this is the journey they have been handed. Man, I wonder what the others are up to these days. It's been nearly a year since we parted ways. I hear that Gentutsusai opened a dojo specializing in medicine and swordsmanship. Like both at once? Yes, he's earned a stellar reputation. However, he receives more would-be dojo usurpers than patients. Always helping out an old woman. There you go, that was a simple fix, so it's on me. I hereby issue a challenge. A dislocation that can come back to bite you, so exercise this joint every day, and this is the dojo's so-called Blade Dragon. I've traveled all over this day. I'll sharpen my skills to defeat you. Give it down or you're dead. Anyway, I suppose everyone is on their own path. What about Jika? Just as he calculated, he took over the Yamada clan and enjoys now a life at ease. Yeah, I figured. Thinking that is almost is admirable. And you roaming the lands on some pilgrimage. Why though? Yuzuria? Yuzuria. You know, like, she should have died, but I'm, like, if she's gonna live, I'm glad she's working with Sagiri, whatever they're planning to do, because clearly they're not part of the Asaemon clan anymore. But that's wholesome, that's so nice. Why though? I do under the pretext of honing my blade skills, but in truth, I simply wish to leave home. Fair enough. Plus, this whole journey is an excuse to visit Gamamara, right? Gamamara and his wife, yes. Hang on, didn't you say it'd be a bit tacky to check in on him? One cannot help the urge for a little reunion. May I ask why you decided to come along, Yuzuria? Because I'm your bodyguard who loves you, said Giri. You must have not got a lot going on. Is that? Oh? Yue! Once again, she's fucking real. Once again, anybody who doubted, you doubters, fuck ya. Pleased to meet you. I mean, we've met before, but somehow this feels more special. Nice to meet you. Wait, Sagiri. Never mind. We'll talk about this later. Nice to meet you. For what's definitely the first time. Thank you for looking after my husband during this whole dreadful business. Looking after it doesn't cut it. Actually, he was the one who saved our lives time and time again. Nevertheless, I'm grateful. Nonsense. How about we continue what is after inside? As I was saying, your husband shielded me from unspeakable danger. Get a grip, girl. Just calm down. Heh. It somehow feels as if we're sisters separated for a lifetime. Gary can't take it. I'm seeing a whole lot of the side of you, said Garen. Shall I tell my husband you're here? Oh, he's around? Yeah, he's sleeping. Gavamaro sleeping? Really? It's hard to believe. Although, I suppose he's no longer Gavamaro, so to speak. Wake up, dear. Dear. I just conked out. Sorry, I'm afraid he can't be roused. Guy's gone from stray cat to house cat. Such a look of comfort and ease on his face. I really do apologize. Well, we can leave him to his dreams. It's just as well, since we have plenty to talk about ourselves, Yue. Before this party gets underway, how about some tea? Yes, of course, I'll get some started. That is, you know what? That is so nice. And I'll see you all next week. Okay. Later, Teach. Wait, what? Huh? My class only just ended, so I'll be right there. Taufa and Jufa have spread, you say? It's much earlier than anticipated. Let's hope the others progress just as well. And they ruined it. We did not need that. We did not need that. Oh God, we did not need that. The fuck. I'm gonna erase that panel from my mind. That did not happen. That did not fucking happen. No, that's bad. That's bad. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that last page. We do not talk about that last page. In the same way we don't talk about Trump, because we already know he's an asshole. So we don't even talk about him. We don't talk about Hitler, we don't talk about Stalin, we don't talk about Trump. We don't talk about the assholes of 100 years. We don't talk about them. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, was Hell's Paradise. And once again, I give it a solid 8. Maybe a 7.5. 7.5 is probably... I'm going to go with a 7 in general. Maybe as high as an 8. Let's catch up with the chat really quick. So let's see. Oh, Jesus. We got a lot to go through. Okay, never mind. What we're going to do is I'm going to take a leak and then we'll catch up with this goddamn chat. Goddamn. And then I'll open up the chat to VC and we'll see what happens. Right? Okay, cool. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna try to catch up here. Let's see what. Let's see. Justin says, Gabby went from a heartless ninja, repressing his emotions, to a man fighting only for the love of his wife. Chigiri understood herself and her nature. Shion got a new student and off the path of revenge. Yeah, there's so much good character development here. Justin also said Yuzuriya learned to connect to people. Yuzuriya is weak, I'll admit, but it's still there. Learned to connect to people and trust in her friends with their life to act in a changed way. Same way. Caden said he is a two-dimensional character, like all he did was change from being really skilled 24% to be whipped by his wife and somehow deadly is no development whatsoever outside of his wife. That is, by that logic, everybody. There's no such thing as a three-dimensional character. Being changed by the love of your life all of a sudden means two-dimensional? That makes no sense, Caden. Just said, Caden, you know the definition of a two-dimensional character. One that doesn't change has one purpose. By your definition, he wouldn't be a two-dimensional character. Fair enough. Caden said, all I'm saying is that he went from being cold-blooded all the time to being tamed by his wife, and that has no other purpose whatsoever. No, that is not what happened, and you're misreading the situation, Caden. And even though I love that the line of Caden will never die, Caden, you're beating the line of Caden to death. Just said he has no development whatsoever outside of advice. Yeah, if you take away a character main motivation, they probably would be worse. Like, what kind of argument is this? It's the same argument that people bring for Ichigo doesn't have a good character, like Naruto and Luffy is better because it doesn't have a main goal. No, Ichigo is actually a better character than Luffy and Naruto in that regard because he doesn't have a main goal. He is literally a situational character. It doesn't make him better or worse necessarily, even though I said better. I retract that statement. It doesn't make him better or worse, but the fact of the matter is just because he doesn't have a goal does not make him a worse or better character. What he is a situational character. He reacts to things thrown upon him rather than seeking out the danger. You know, it's a different kettle of fish. Just said Akane, his relationship with Mei and just how he learned to love her like a daughter, him rejecting the ways of the shinobi. Yeah, all this shit did happen. All this did happen in the manga you read. What is the manga called? What is his main character? Kane said he didn't reject the way of shinobi, he just repressed it. It's still a part of him. No, he did reject it. That's the whole point. Joseph said, yes, he did. If he didn't reject the ways of shinobi, he wouldn't grow attached to people. He wouldn't sacrifice himself. He would do literally anything he did based on that later. Yeah, Justin is making the best argument. I'm sorry, Caden, you're losing here. Like him rejecting the ways of the shinobi just isn't one of the main things he did. It started at chapter 1 and counted throughout the manga. Caden said he suppressed it, not rejected. He still rejected it. He chose not to do it. By literally being taught 2 + 2 = 4 and saying fuck it 5 is rejecting. It's not suppressing, it's rejecting. Just not saying it's right or wrong, but like it's rejecting. You know, Justice said him not wanting to die is rejection of it. It's true. Justice said him wanting to live for someone else is a reject of the shinobi. We were told that in the manga. Like, Kane said the way of the shinobi is living for one's master. All he did was change to a different master, aka his wife. That is some high-reaching bullshit. Caden, you losing points hard. You could make that argument, but your whole argument was based off of other things, so we're losing. You're losing so much ground. You lose the stupid amount of ground with that. Justin said him wanting an over life is rejection of the shinobi. That is true. Let's agree to disagree. Caden, I'm good with that. Justin said Caden, his wife isn't his master. That is also true. Are you brain dead? A master is someone... We're not going to name call now, Justin. Calm down. A master is someone who controls you. The wife doesn't control Griever. It just loves her. Caden said no. I ain't agree to disagree because what you said is like not an opinion, just factually wrong. To be fair, I agree with that statement, but also like you gotta let people go. Caden said, I agree his wife made him a better person, but he didn't suppress being a shinobi. All he did was change his master to his wife and live the way he wanted to. But no, he was told a certain way to live, and then by living with his wife, he was like, Caden, you read the story, but you read it sort of the wrong way, I think. I don't know. You're like, you read it like, almost like if you're playing an RPG, you read it from the dark side of the Force, and everybody else read it from the light side of the Force, and then you're arguing the dark side when it was clearly the light side story. Like you watched Star Wars and thought Luke was Darth Vader the whole time. Like you're reading it from such a perspective that I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but it's factually incorrect. You know, like I don't know. Just said that Caden, his wife isn't his master. We see that in Ninja Master Arts. Yeah. Caden said he basically treats her as his master. No, he doesn't. That's like saying just because I do the dishes and cook for my wife, all of a sudden she's my slave master. Just because I do everything my wife wants me to do. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no. That's irrelevant. Like, my wife is not... I am not my wife's slave just because I do shit for her. Just because I would fight for her and die for her and do everything. Gabimaru is the ultimate husband. That doesn't make him a slave, nor a bitch, nor a slave. That is a dumb argument, and I refuse to accept that. So, Caden, you are fundamentally wrong in this take. You can look at it that way, but clearly you've never been in love. So, no, he treats her as a wife, someone to love and fight to see. Just said that Caden, he doesn't follow her every word, as you said she would tell him to. Caden said, yes, he loves his wife, but to him, she is also his master. He would do anything she tells him to do. Yes, that's called a marriage. Caden, clearly. Caden says, Justin, this is supported literally nowhere in the actual manga. This is true too. You said yourself she wouldn't want him to do what he's doing. Now you say he followed her every word. The wife doesn't want him to kill her. Yeah, actually, Justin is winning this argument. Just saying. Caden said, what I'm trying to say is that if she didn't do anything, he would not do it. No questions asked. Yeah, but that's called trust and love. Like, Caden, you are literally arguing the fact about honesty, love, and trust in a relationship at this point. Like, you're arguing the fundamentals of being in a marriage. Clearly you're not married, or you were married 6 times and they all failed. Because I don't see how you're arguing. Who hurt you? Like, somebody hurt you, and now you have no trust in your life. Like, I don't get it. So Caden said, service-wise, yes, that's his wife, and he loves her subconsciously. He treats her like his master. No, Alright, I'm sort of done with this. I'm just going to keep reading it. I'm not going to comment anymore, because I fundamentally disagree with everything Caden has said this entire time. So just said, Caden, that doesn't make someone your master. Just that means you can trust someone. A master is someone you can't disagree with. You can fight back. You're forced to follow because of feelings. Because of law, due to your honor. Honor spelled wrong. Gabi can disagree. Say that he just want to do something. His wife has no say or power over him. He follows her word because he likes her. She said this isn't a master-servant relationship. It's a happy marriage. Caden said agree to disagree. Just said, again, if you truly treated her like a master, why would he break away from what she wants? Caden said to save her life like he would to his master if this was the person in trouble. Oh, saving someone's life is a master-servant relationship. Caden said not all masters are evil beings. Some masters treat their servants very well. I said I wouldn't comment, but what the fuck? I'm not naming any of my Pokemon after Caden anymore. Caden is feeling very rapey 1800s slavery shit. So if Superman saves someone who wants to kill themselves, is that someone Superman's master? The Superman reference makes no sense. No, actually it does. Wait, where was... Fuck. Just said that Caden, by definition of master, is a man who has people work for them, normally servant or slaves. Gabby doesn't work for his wife. He doesn't do what she wants. He doesn't have to follow his orders. By obviously no definition of the word master used in the English dictionary. Does Gabby and his wife relationship fall under it? Caden said 99% of the time of what he does, what she says, unless she is in mortal danger and she tells him not to save her, he would disobey her and to save her. Caden, you are so fucking dumb right now. I don't even know. Like a loyal servant saving his master. By that logic, my wife dying to save me is her being a slave. Like, you are, Caden, you're being so fucking dumb right now. Like, the level of stupidity is on an IQ level, like Einstein with a minus in front of it. Like, Caden, I like you, man, but you fucking dumbass right now. Your arguments are so fucking stupid. They're hypocritical, and Justin has been beating your ass, like, so far that it should be on browsers under a category of some, like, Jesus. He is a two-dimensional character. No, he's not. Justin said, Caden, what does someone tell us he doesn't know make them their servant? By the very definition of the word, it doesn't. At no point in the manga says he is subconscious following his master. Just literally made that up. Yeah, you did make that up. Caden said, on the surface they are man and wife, but on the subconscious he is his master and he will track. You are making the shit up. Justin said, again, no evidence. Yeah, Caden said it doesn't have to be stated. It's in the subconscious. You're making that up. Justin said, it's headcanon. Yeah, it is. Justin said, Caden, it isn't implied as he rejects it literally every other aspect of the shinobi culture and would make no sense for him to subconsciously follow it. Caden said, again, let's agree to disagree. We're just repeating ourselves. We are, but you're wrong. Just said Caden, no, because it's just factually wrong. Caden said, it's not my fault. I look more into the story than just what the words tell. Yeah, but you looked at it wrong. Just said, Caden, you're repeating yourself, saying it's subconscious with no evidence. Caden, if you did that, then maybe the toy would realize why you're wrong. I'm not wrong, you're just refusing to come to the conclusion because you're so obsessed with their love story. No. Just said their love story is like main character plotline and you're just not getting what's happening here. Later mentioned he's not following his wife's orders, then he said he's following every order and it wasn't in any mortal danger. Caden said you're just reading the surface, but I'm trying to dive deeper into the character. Emas says I returned, thank God. I was reading deeper. Gary whole characters but rejecting the ways of the shinobi. Justice said so him because subconsciously Jesus Christ. It's skipping. I have fucking Jesus Christ. Am I finally at the end here? I need more alcohol for this. And I'm trying not to comment on every comment, but this is taking forever. Caden said he would do anything he wife tells him to do unless it would put her in mortal danger. The thing he would do with the master treats her like a master. Shut the fuck up. Justin says, Caden again, he literally didn't know everything his wife told him. He kills people, he fights, so you're telling me I was reading the story completely wrong. Yes, Caden, you are. You're reading it wrong. Just said yes. Caden said, yeah, maybe I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. The Nazis looked at the Jewish from a wrong perspective. Doesn't mean they were good with that perspective. Like, Jesus. Caden said, I think I have a broader viewpoint. No, you have a wrong and narrow fucking tunnel vision viewpoint, Caden. Jesus Christ. Just said, yeah, I got carried away. Sorry. No, you didn't. You're right, Justin. Caden's fucking out to batshit lunch crazy. I apologize for the word words, Caden. I hope you don't hold a grudge. No, I mean, once again, I don't like name calling, but seriously, like, Caden, calm your tits, man. You're fucking fundamentally wrong on too many levels, and you're using headcanon to justify your points. Kane said, I'm not mad at all. No harm done. It's just a conversation. Nothing to get mad at. I appreciate that fact. Miss said, there's a difference between doing something because you love someone and doing it because you were raised to be obedient to them. Kane is falling to the dark side of the force. Is failing the vibe check tonight, I'm afraid. Kane, have you ever been in a relationship? Says Miss. Kane said, what I'm trying to say is that subconsciously he views her as a wife, matches the person. Yeah, but you're incorrect with that statement. Kane said, I've never been in a relationship. Well, then you don't know, so why are you talking about it? I am married, so I know what I'm talking about. Like, what I'm saying is, Caden, I'm not saying your way of looking at things is incorrect necessarily. What I'm saying is, from one married person in a manga to a married person in real life to another, I think I'm more qualified to tell you when you're wrong than someone who is not in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Whereas I am in a marriage, I think I can tell you what it's like to be in a marriage. It's one of those unmarried marriage counselors trying to tell a married couple what to do. Like, why would I listen to you? It's like, I never went to Harvard Law, but I'm going to tell you how to be a lawyer. It's like, what law school did you go to? None. But I'm still going to tell you how to be a lawyer. It's like, but I am a lawyer. I went to Harvard Law. You know? Like, that's all I'm saying. Just said, that's okay, Caden. It is. Caden said, a serious one anyways. Fair enough. Just said, never have I. Miss said, that explains a lot. Just said, Caden, we can be single bros. Caden said, bet. Just said, you probably should just skipped it. My fault for being so long and kind of feel bad. Caden said, low-key, it's kind of funny to a certain extent. It is very funny. Listen, I don't want any fights. I don't want any shit going on in my stream. I'm just saying that in general, like, people, if you don't have a reference point, don't talk about shit. Like, for example, I can't talk about theoretical physics because I have no horse in that race. So if somebody comes on here and tells me theoretical physics is ABC, I'll be like, cool, bro. Fine. I don't know. I can't contribute. But if someone comes to me, being an electrician, and tells me AC power sucks and 110 volts does not exist, I'll be like, well, first of all, I know more than you, and I'm about to fucking go like this on your ass. I'm about to take the lion's paw and go, bam, I know more than you, shut the fuck up. Right? So, there is that midpoint. But then we reach the conclusion of when we talk about manga and opinions, where we have this, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Point is, I don't want anybody to be mad. Like, I think, Caden, I think you were fundamentally wrong about a lot of shit. But I still love you. You're here every time for my game streams. I love you, bro. But, seriously. Like, reread the manga and think about it. That's all I can argue. Joseph says, anyways, can't wait for the Gabi and wife spinoff. That would be amazing. Kane said, what's your opinion on the new One Piece chapter? The stream actually came out about 3 hours ago, so go check it. But I loved it. 10 out of 10. Joseph said, just slice the life manga about the gang after they went back to the mainland. I would read it. Kane said, do you think they're going back to the mainland? They did, so. Miss said, ping me on Discord when you start the discussion. Alright, so what we're going to do here. I'm going to open up the Discord. I'm going to, I have to give roles to people or some shit. So yeah, so I gotta ping people or some shit. So we're gonna go into the VC, let's see. Edit the channel. Hold on. I'm gonna try to make a channel where only the people I want come in. The visa permissions. How do I do this? Private channel. Okay, so YouTubers. Wait, what the fuck? Okay. Alright, so let's see. We'll allow, let's see, Vib, Tenryo, yeah, Playfig can join if he wants. Neo can join if he wants. Neve can join. Miss can join. You can join. Naya can always join. Naya's my guy. Let's see. Fine can join. Dio can join. Bernice can join. Band, artist, and Peter. There we go. Clover's not even listed. I don't know why Clover's not listed. Clover's not even listed, but there we go. So there we go. Save changes. There we go. So when we jump into the VC plateau, it'll be limited to the people who I allowed to join. If anybody has a bitch moment with that, they need to do shit. Like they need to message me or some shit. And if I don't message you back, well then that means you weren't allowed to join in the first place. Something like that. I don't know. I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just trying to tell it like it is. But anyways, we'll be right back. And then we'll do the discussion. So I'm back. I don't know if anybody is still here. Let's take a look here. So I died. Sorry, I died and I came back. Sorry to say. Also, I'm gonna be gone again in about 2 seconds, just to grab one extra drink, and then I am gonna open up the VC. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, let's just quick catch up with the chat. Miss said, ping me on Discord when you start the discussion. I will. Kane said it's a story, give it 7.5 out of 10. Just said I give it an 8. Just said I give it a 9. I give it a 7.5 to an 8. I think it was pretty good overall. Kane said, what story are you going to do now that you're done with Hell's Paradise? I don't know. We're going to take a break for a couple weeks and decide. Kane said, is the stream over? No, I got caught up with shit. I'm very sorry, guys. I was talking to my in-laws, and it just went a lot longer than it was supposed to. Kane said, stream over. Miss said, got a guest I have to see, so it may take a minute to join. Fair enough. Never said, I have this open for the view. Thank you very much. Artist is giving me the stone face. Oh, shit. Okay, so I was gone a lot longer than I should have been. But I hadn't talked to my in-laws in a couple months, guys. It was last minute. They were talking. I took a break and boom, I had to talk to. It's my mother-in-law, my father-in-law. I hadn't talked to them in a while, so I had to talk to them. Anyways, I'll be opening up the VC in 2 seconds. I just need to jump away, and then I'll open up the VC, and anybody who wants to join can jump in. If you can't join the VC, then let me know and message me on Discord. Be right back. Okay. Alright, so Miss said he's back now. Perfect. Okay. So we're in the VC plateau on my Discord. So anybody who wants to join in, feel free to do so. I'm pretty sure that the VC shit will show up. I'll be looking forward to it. Miss, you're free to join, I believe. Anybody else who wants to join, I apologize, guys. I apologize. It's Friday night. I know. I fucked up. At least I got through the actual reaction. Like, the series was completed, and then I took a break, and then I was gone for an hour. So. Yeah, I believe everyone's... What? Invites... I think everybody can join.
Good evening.
Hey, Mesk, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty alright. My aunt just arrived. She'll be here for like a week or something, so it's good to hang out with some family.
Oh, that's always nice. That's always very nice.
Starting a new Hollow Knight playthrough because I haven't touched the game in like a year, and a lot of other people have been playing it recently, and I'm like, damn, this is a really good game, and for some reason I feel like I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have when I played through it. Probably because I was just kind of fucking bad at it.
Isn't Hollow Knight the side scroller with the
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
Metroidvania with the cartoony bug people.
Right, yeah. I sort of gave up side scrollers because I was born with side scrollers. So
Ah, yeah, of course.
by the time, the last Castlevania came out, I was sort of done. You know.
Right, of course.
And then they did a very good version of side scroller sort of aesthetic with the Paper Mario series, and I was there for that. But yeah, like the Hollow Knights, and I think there's a couple more. I can't think of the popular names.
There have been a few over the years, but I think Hollow Knight was the really big popular one.
Yeah.
And
Little Big Planet was another one.
Oh yeah, that one. I remember that exists.
Yeah, that was like when PS3 first came out, sort of thing.
That was a big PlayStation thing, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have a PlayStation at the time, so I never got into it. I played it like once or twice at someone's house, and that was about it.
Right. Fair enough. But yeah, so that, well, I mean, I never got into Hollow Knight. As I said, I'm sort of done with side scrollers, but
Right.
but fair enough. So, anyways, Hell's Paradise. Yeah.
How do you feel about it? I didn't get to catch all of it, but I did go back to watch your reaction to like the end of the second to last chapter, because I think that was the part I was most curious about. What your reaction to it would be.
Why?
Because I'm just like, because I remember when I got to it, I'm like, damn, I want to see their reunion. But at the same time, this nameless narrator makes a very good point that, like, hey, this isn't any of our business. And also, I think it's an interesting idea.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, the whole less is more thing.
Absolutely.
Think of it usually it's used in kind of reference to like horror stuff, because it's like, oh, if you don't really see it much, you're in your mind, you complete the picture, and it ends up being
if you don't see the monster.
Right. In this case, I'm like, well, their reunion is literally whatever the best thing we can imagine it being is. And I think that's very nice. When you said like this is one of the most original things you've seen in a manga in like 10 years, I'm like, really? Holy shit, that's amazing.
Yeah, no, and I was not being hyperbole. Like I was not like riding off the high. I'm serious. Like in the end of the day, like look, you know that romance to me is like top tier.
I know you love it.
So, and I have read, half of the manga I've read are romance as their main genre. So when I say this is one of the most original things I've seen, because we always see the kiss. We always see the ending with the kiss. Or the epilogue with the kid 10 years later or whatever, We always see it. Even in Bleach, which had no romance vibes. We still saw the kid 10 years at the end of the last chapter. Right?
Right.
So that's what I meant by the fact that this did something that was wholesome, that we expected. We wanted Gabimaru to come back to his wife.
Right.
It was there, and as you know, I believed it. I didn't buy that fucking it's a fake. No.
I think originally, when I got to the first like proposition of it from Yuzuria, I went into fucking panic mode, because I was like, no. My reaction was basically Sagiri's reaction, where I'm like, no, I cannot, I could not bear such a thing being real.
Yeah.
But once he had that memory of just like the very small things, I'm like, nah, she's real.
Yeah, and then he and Gabimaru even said, he goes, no, she's real. Like,
yeah, she's real. I know.
He didn't need to be convinced. And I remember, like, actually, because you were there for that, I will not admit that I can freely admit that I was not 100% like like stonewalled the entire way through.
It's all about the doubt.
Yeah, I did
Just
have
the
doubt for
littlest bit of doubt at the back of your mind.
half
You're
a
just like,
second, and it was there. It shows in the reaction. It shows that I did have my doubts, but I cleaned up way quicker than I feel a lot of the fandom did. Like, from a chapter-to-chapter perspective.
Maybe. I don't know, because I didn't read the series until, like, right after it was finished.
Oh,
I
fair.
remember, because I remember hearing about it when it was coming out, and I was just like, that sounds like that name. It's an oxymoron. I like it. I have to check that out at some point. And it has hell in it, so it must be cool.
Yeah.
And I didn't check it out at all until I think like right after it ended, and Fine was like, "Yeah, I read this. It's really good. It also actually has a good ending."
Wait,
and I'm like,
Fine
really?
thought something was good?
Oh yeah, Fine really likes it. I don't know. Fine's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Just generally speaking, if there's a popular thing. By the way, I can hear a little bit of feedback of myself in your mic. I don't know what's going on there. Imagine if you probably just turned my volume down a little bit, it would.
Okay, I'll
away.
turn down the volume a little bit.
If something's popular and he likes it too, you know it's probably good, because he just has very weird specific tastes. But yeah, he was the one that originally sold me on it, and I read it in like 3 days or something, and I thought it was great. And I would say on hindsight, even though I haven't read that many series, it's probably still in my top 5.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, when I look in hindsight, because what series are in my top 3? Jujutsu's still in there somewhere.
Toriko.
In there. Recent edition of Usogui. Kengan Ashura is in there. And then picking the number 5 is really fucking hard. But it would probably be Hell's Paradise. And it wasn't until a few months ago when, like...
Wait, you didn't mention Toriko. I mentioned Toriko.
Well, no, in regards to Hell's Paradise.
Oh.
It had, like, fallen out of my top 5 at some point, just because I hadn't read it in a while, and I didn't remember a lot of stuff that happened. And then there was, like, a week in which Neo, Neve, and Bob all read the series almost at the same time. I forget who started reading it first, but then it prompted the others to start reading it. And, like, watching their reactions as they got to everything reminded me of, like, damn, this is a really fucking good series. Holy shit.
I mean, listen.
It's the characters.
Yeah. Because, realistically speaking, as I've said multiple times, the series is great. But, world, story, plot, all that stuff is average at best.
Right.
The characters.
What I would say to that is, yeah, it could do better in those regards, but I don't think that was really the focus. I think the intention was for it to be a character-focused story.
Absolutely.
A character-driven story, in which case it fucking excels.
And it does. That's why you can take this 4 to 5 out of 10 series and easily elevate it to a 7 to an 8.
Right.
Because it's a character-driven... Like, people like to think... It's the same with One Piece, it's the same with Bleach, it's the same with anything. People don't understand what they're reading. They expect the same thing from different storytelling perspectives. If your focus is world building and grand lore, you're not going to get the same reaction from something that's character driven. It's not the same story, right?
Right.
So, in this regard, I think that Hell's Paradise does its job fantastic. I have problems with it.
Of course.
I do. There's some issues. I hated that last page. That last page should die.
I know there's some... I'm trying to remember who else thought it was dumb. I don't remember who exactly, but I know a lot of people are like, that's stupid. Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off with that shit. But, once again, the most original thing that I've seen in a long time was because... And listen, as you know, I've read so many romance mangas, and the idea of having a... Listen... This is a private moment. I don't give a fuck that you're the reader. This is a private moment. This is what the main character has been building to. Leave them alone.
Yeah, let them be.
I love.
Shit.
Listen, that's sort of the whole. Like, I've seen it happen in a couple times in like dramas and romance series, like comedies and stuff like that, where they sort of like before they kiss, they sort of shut the door and that's the end of the episode, sort of idea.
Yeah.
And it's the same idea. It's like, leave them alone. And I love that because that's more realistic. That's more, it's more heartfelt in a way because it's like we know what happened. We know he jumped into her arms. We know he cried like a little bitch. We know that they probably made love and they kissed and blah blah blah. We don't need to see it to know it happened. You know, and that's that. There's something sort of beautiful about that. You know, like the implication, as you said before about horror movies. It's like,
let your mind fill in the blanks.
Yeah, fill in the blanks yourself. But the implications, not the show not tell, but more the whatever the saying is. You know what I mean?
Less is more.
That's it. Less is more. Less is more. And in this particular instance, I think it worked. And honestly, other than the last chapter, I really think it should have ended on chapter 126. I think 127 sort of took away a few things for me.
I think it was more so just like
an epilogue.
Gabimaru, here's what's going on with everyone else.
Mm.
I think that's generally kind of the idea.
Now, can you explain Jofuku?
Yeah.
Why the fuck was he able to create Tensen, able to manipulate everything, but he couldn't do it to himself?
It just seems like not everyone can become Tensen.
Yeah, but is that actually explained, or are we doing headcanon?
I'll have to go back and look.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to argue it right now. I'm just saying that it sort of took my immersion out a little bit because I was under the impression, I was like, okay, maybe he sacrificed all of his life for this research, right? And I was fine with that. But the fact is, he perfected it, as we saw, in a man in his late 40s. And somehow he saved his wife, but couldn't save himself? Wait, what? Like, and now I'm expected to believe this is man who created immortality through plants can't figure out how to prolong his own life? Really? Like, I'm a little... It's sort of like Ra's al Ghul invents the Lazarus pit but doesn't jump into it himself. Which, once again, Ra's al Ghul did fucking do. He jumped into the Lazarus pit because he's not an idiot. So, so I'm just, yeah. That once again, there might be a line previously that I'm not thinking of. That's why I didn't harp on it too much. But it does bother me a little bit.
I have to remind myself of what the deal is with harborification. Because that was what was happening to him. It wasn't necessarily just old age, I think. Pretty sure he was arborifying.
Yeah, but arborifying, he created.
Yeah, through experimentation. But probably a bit of experimentation, including on himself.
Right. So maybe...
check here. I'm looking around on the wiki page.
I mean, fair enough. Like, I'm not, once again, it doesn't like take the whole series down by a notch or anything like that, because realistically, whether that was dumb or not, it doesn't take away from the fact that he created the Tensen and the whole thing happened, regardless.
Let's see here. What is his deal exactly?
I do like the idea of what? No, you know one thing I don't like, Chobi being alive.
Yeah, I don't remember being the biggest fan of that.
That was kind of dumb. And apparently now, Bakugo died. Now Bakugo's alive again.
Funny how same day probably that chapter got funny how things work out like that.
No shit. I mean, I don't know because I honestly don't read My Hero Academia. I just know that Bakugo died. And now apparently he's back.
And everyone's like, "That's stupid." Fuck
Yeah.
you.
But here's you know what's not stupid?
What?
The One Piece bounties.
Okay, I'm so satisfied that basically Mihawk was around where I expected him to be.
Listen, Miss, you have been with me this entire run. You know that I said Mihawk top 5.
Yeah.
I've been saying Mihawk
is above 2 of the current Yonkos in terms of.
Yeah, and I've been saying forever. I'm like, if Mihawk gets a bounty, it's 3+. I've been saying that forever.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. He's a Yonko without a crew. You make
Yeah,
up for...
he is literally Yonko. People are like, no, Mihawk's not Yonko level. Fuck off.
Somewhere between 500 million and 1 billion. You just subtract that.
Yeah.
And the guy said himself he doesn't give a shit about being a Yonko.
Yeah, that was the best part. That was the best part. The fact that he said... Yeah, he's like, I have no interest in the title of Emperor to begin with. I don't give a shit, but I don't like the fact that you motherfucker took it because Croc and me hooked up, you know? And that's the best part. The best villain in One Piece hooks up with the strongest swordsman, and now Buggy's in charge, and they're both pissed off. They're both like, why the fuck are you in charge, motherfucker?
Now, we need to know what Croc has done over the time skip.
You know what I love? People are already, like, I already saw, like, after I did that review, or that live stream, I already read a few things, and I saw someone even mention, he goes, look at every chapter of Alabasta. He brings sand from his own body. In this panel where he's attacking the marine ships, there's sand outside of his body. This motherfucker's awakened. This motherfucker's already awakened. And I'm not convinced that this man didn't have, like, the way I look at it is like Crocodile was introduced. Oda admitted that Crocodile was introduced too early. He said it in an SBS.
Got a little ahead of himself.
So the fact of the matter is that the fact that Crocodile is coming back now into the story and he's got 1.9, Jesus Christ, I'm good. I'm happy. Because
now we need to know what the other Warlord bounties are.
Yeah, Boa's gonna be sitting pretty at 2 bill.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Who else is significant?
Weevil's probably gonna be sitting at 1.1.
I swear to God, I have no fucking idea what Oda's doing with that guy. I have no idea what he's doing with him. Does anyone know? Does anyone
No,
have any idea?
nobody knows.
Watch, this is gonna be the ultimate plot twist. There's gonna be some stupid shit.
In the same way, remember, like, do you know Film Red spoilers? Don't tell me, because I don't know.
Okay, I didn't know what you... I'm aware of some, yeah.
Okay, so I don't know shit, but when Uta was first revealed and everyone said Shank's daughter, I sat to myself and I went, I hate that shit. And when I finally found out that it was an adopted daughter, I was like, thank fucking God.
Oh, is she adopted?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that makes things significantly better, actually.
Exactly. Like, I was like...
not as much of a deadbeat.
Yeah, I did not want Uta to be Shanks' like biological. Because once again, I'm the fan theory that he hooked up with Makino and that's his baby. I'm still riding that line. But
we love headcanon, don't we?
I love headcanon. But
I love headcanon. It's great.
I don't like the fact that if Uta was Shanks' legitimate daughter, because you know what that would ruin? That would ruin so many things. Because I don't see Shanks as being that deadbeat. You know?
No. Well,
Like,
once you count whatever the fuck's going on with that.
I mean, see, here's the thing. Yasop is deadbeat, and we saw that a couple chapters ago, and it's like, wait, I'm not ready to meet Usopp. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But the thing is...
Yasop isn't Shanks, so...
Right. But the thing is, Shanks, I feel like he's got a reason to do so, like, at this point, but with the time that Uta was born, it wouldn't add up. Like, right now, if he sired a child with Makino, let's just say, headcanon, right? Because Makino still has a baby right now. Right. If he did that, fair, fine. But right now, it's the end of the world times. He's got shit to do.
Right.
So, it's okay if he goes away for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but I wouldn't, like, I would not respect Shanks. Like, I have a problem with dads leaving their kids, you know?
It's a shit move. It's not good.
Yeah, like, people shit on shonen dads, but nobody props up Ishin as being the greatest. I was about to
say, shout out to Ishin for not being a deadbeat.
He is the greatest dad. He's also... He trained his boy to fight without knowing he would ever become Soul Reaper.
Yeah, pretty good. But to be fair, the deadbeat shonen dads do introduce us to the, to an extent, found family trope, which is like one of the best fucking things ever. And also, like, that one guy that's not really their dad, but might as well be their dad, such as Shanks for Luffy, to an extent, or almost any anime mentor figure ever.
I mean, fair point, but
the deadbeats still suck.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make them any less shit.
Yeah, like, we love Jiraiya.
Their shittiness allows for other characters to be cool.
Yeah. No,
Hell's Paradise.
Anyways, yeah, Hell's Paradise. So,
who are your favorite characters? It's a very character-driven series, so let's talk about your favorite characters. I think that was like at least half of the video I made talking about Hell's Paradise. Just talking about
alright, so let's go. Gabimaru.
Or just characters you think are interesting and worth talking about.
Well, yeah, Gabimaru, let's just, without, like, didn't even think about this, but Gabimaru, Sagiri, Jika. Okay. Those are my three. Now...
Difficult.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, but I'm gonna say Shion. And then fifth. Fifth is the tough one.
You got some strong contenders for that fifth place, because then it's basically almost the rest of the main characters. Or a couple.
You know what? I'm going to go off on I don't even know his fucking name. Who was the guy with the headband who died?
Tenza.
Tenza? Yeah.
Yeah, Tenza.
That's my fifth.
Isn't
you know why? Because that man died like a fucking boss. That man is the reason Shion went all out. That man is the reason. That man sparked so many things that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he deserves the fucking respect.
Big respect to that guy.
Like, listen, I like the main cast. I like Dragon Blade. I like Chozo. I like or Chobe, whatever. Mm-hmm. I like a lot of these characters, but who do I love? Who do I think was relevant, and who do I think, you know what I mean? And
right.
Tenza, what he did was, like, before anything happened, this man went, "You're innocent. I'm getting you the fuck out of this island." Mm-hmm. People tend to forget that point. This man saw a little girl and said, "Fuck that shit. Taking you away." Before all the Asaemon turncoat and it was cool to be a rebel, you know, before Sagiri did it.
He did it before it was cool.
Yeah, he did it before it was cool. Like, he did it before Dragon Blade's, what's his name?
Fuji?
Yeah, before Fuji did it, before Sagiri did it, before fucking Shion did it, before all the fucking top tiers did it. He did. He did it before they even reached the motherfucking island. And this motherfucker said, yeah, no. We're turning around, we're going back. So, instant respect right there. Instant respect. And then, he died with a smile on his face. He did a Will of D death. Like, and once again, he set up the entire training from Shion and Shion's willingness to work with the convicts post that. And Shion did his job by training all the convicts. Like, Tenza's death completely revolutionized the rest of the story.
It's true when you think about it like that. He really did.
Yeah, because without Shion, they're fucked.
Shion character arc, which is fucking amazing.
Yep. And without Shion, the main cast is fucked. Mm-hmm. And Shion is only willing to help them because of Nuragari, who Tenza saved. And the reason that Shion had to run away. So, like, his relevance to the story is, like, pinnacle. It's peak.
It's true. It is peak.
Like, once again, I love Dragon Blade.
Very hype guy.
Yeah. And I liked, trying to think here.
Is it another member of the main cast?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Are they Yuzuriha?
Yeah, Yuzuriha. I think she should have died, though.
Yes, probably. She didn't really contribute much, I think. Probably should stay there.
Yeah, because what did she contribute after her supposed death scene?
I know. Like, it's a... Well, it's not quite a Byakuya situation.
It's I was going to say it. It's Byakuya.
It's like, yay, Byakuya's alive. Is he going to do anything?
No.
But he's here.
At least, you know, one thing that Bleach did a little good about that is that they didn't actually confirm whether Byakuya lived or died until after the final battle. Like, you could still headcanon that it was a ghost up until after the final chapter. Because we didn't know Byakuya was truly alive until 10 years later, the epilogue.
Didn't we know he was alive when he helped fight fucking, Oh, why am I
No, he helped fight Asnot, but people said that was a ghost of Byakuya helping Rukia control her Bankai.
No, but did you forget that he contributed a bit to the fight against Gerard? He used his new Bankai motor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for forgetting that.
No, I did forget that. That's my bad.
I mean,
no, I think I'm remembering when people first thought, oh, Byakuya was... Because remember, I was reading it weekly, so...
It would be cool if he was a ghost, because then it would...
No,
like
the idea is that Byakuya was finally passing the torch and accepting Rukia as a Kuchi.
Right. Like, I like that moment, but I understand some people's complaints when they say it kind of takes away from Rukia overcoming it on her own and stepping out of Byakuya's shadow, and instead needs Byakuya to step in and be like, you can do it, Rukia, good job. I get that, but I still like the scene a lot.
I don't get it. You know why? Because everything we do in life should be... It's like... Alright, this is going to be a terrible example because that movie was terrible.
I love terrible examples.
But Rise of Skywalker. I am all the Sith. I am all the Jedi.
Yeah.
Listen, if we had the right scene, had we had the edited scene with I am all the Jedi and we had the upscore do 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 and we had Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, Mace, Yoda, everybody fucking there in the big Force Ghost fucking shit, that would have been epic as fuck.
Fuck, that movie was so... Every time I get reminded of that movie, I get fucking irrationally annoyed. I get fucking angry.
I understand, but you can't deny that, like, I am all the Jedi...
If they showed up and it was like the Force ghosts helping her and giving her their energy, as opposed to just now I have two lightsabers and I
Yep.
can extra deflect
Yeah.
your light. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I would have.
Fuck
I
up.
would have loved that. I would have loved the idea. Once again, I wanted the whole. I wanted the whole like Mark Hamill showing up and stopping Palpatine and like with a lightsaber and going like, if you can come back, so can I. You know, like boom, 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 and then Mark Hamill fights Palpatine and be like, our fight ain't over, bitch. Like it ain't. You're like people said. Like when I brought that up, people said, "Oh, that makes no sense. That's fandom." I was like, "No, that makes sense because Palpatine's a relic from the past. Mark Hamill coming back should have been." Luke Skywalker's like, "This isn't their fight. It's our fight, and you should have been dead 30 years ago, and I'm here to finish it." You know, like you're a ghost, I'm a ghost. Like they could have spun it in a way that it would have made so much sense. You know. Like
Should have just fucking adapted New Jedi Order.
yeah, they should have. They should have, man. Like I hate the fact that they and
you had the potential to bring back the originals and you fucking squandered it.
oh,
You could have had all of them in one movie while all of them are still alive in real life, and
and
you fucking
now
squandered it.
and
Oh,
now
I guess they technically all appeared in the same movie, but they weren't together.
no, and this is the worst part. Where's Han? It's like so.
Show me.
Yeah,
Show me the reaction. Don't fucking cut away.
it would have been. Would you not agree? It would have been so much better had Han Solo not died, showed up and said, "Luke, it's time," and be like, "Oh fuck yeah!" Like
We
Leia
didn't
and
need
Han
to be
coming to Luke and saying, "Come save our son," and Luke being like, "I can't do it," and like Han punching Luke in the face and being like, "I don't give a fuck that you're a Jedi Master, motherfucker. We're a team." Like they had it, and they were all alive. Carrie Fisher was alive. Harrison Ford was alive. Mark Hamill was alive. They had the opportunity.
You just do that in the first. Just fucking make it about them again or something. I don't know. I know Harrison Ford doesn't give a shit about Star Wars. You can kill him at the end of the movie, but you gotta have them all together at least once.
You know what bothers me the most
What?
is the fact that they had the opportunity.
Yeah.
They squandered it. But not only did they fucking squander it, it was so fucking easy. Like
It was.
to
It would've
not.
been so yes.
All you needed to do was say, we're 45 and we saw Star Wars when we were 15. Who do we fucking want to see? We don't care about new characters. Make them side characters. We care Luke, Han, Leia. Make these their movies. They pretend like they're their movies. They're not. They're about Rey and Finn and fucking Poe. Don't do that. We don't care about new characters. I've been waiting my entire life to see Luke Skywalker. Give me Luke. I don't give a fuck about Rey. I want to see Luke Skywalker. I don't care that he's 79 years old. I don't give a fuck. I want to see
It's
him.
really depressing to me that with the new canon, I literally don't give a shit about like anything that happens post Return of the Jedi. Like I just don't care.
Yeah, I know. Like I
Whereas
just
in
I go back
Legends,
and I
they
read Vector
use,
Prime.
Like half of everything past, almost half of fucking everything that's really good is after Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
You have the fucking Thrawn trilogy. You have the Jedi Order series. You got the goddamn new Jedi Order stuff. You got
New Jedi.
fucking,
You have
anything else if you like.
you have Jack and Solo kill Mara Jade and turn into a Sith Lord.
You have that thing, which I don't know how people feel about that stuff. But
No,
that
that's
happens.
still awesome. Because
Okay. I don't know if the general consensus on the whatever, what was it? I don't know what that series of books was called. You know, the Second Galactic Civil War or whatever.
yeah, I don't know what it was called, but what I remember in the Yuzan Vong War, Anakin Solo did some shit. Vector Prime happened. Chewbacca died. Han never forgave him. When Anakin died, then all of a sudden, who was awesome, all of a sudden the twins couldn't cope. Like, the sister, like, and Joking could...
From a character writing perspective.
Yeah, it was a character moment, because Han started to drink. Like, see, this was, like... This would have made so much sense for the Ben Skywalker thing with the Kylo Ren shit. Is that if he turned to the dark side because of some other bullshit, Han started to drink. See, what they did was they took the good elements of character building, but then they cut out the build-up. Like, why did Han and Leia break up? We have no idea in episodes 7, 8, and 9. There's no reason for them to break up.
Isn't it really amazing how Last Jedi is just like, what if KOTOR 2 was just done incompetently? Like, just really incompetently?
It's not even KOTOR 2, it's just bad.
No, they were trying to do a deconstruction of the tropes and shit. Many people have made this comparison about how it's like, oh, we're trying to do subversions and other bullshit. We're deconstructing the genre, we're breaking down all the tropes and being like, fuck the tropes. Fuck all of that old shit. We're trying to do a new thing. And then it wasn't very good. And someone else had already done that because they were like, I'm fucking sick of every Star Wars story just having the same fucking tropes over and over again. I want to do subversions. And then they wrote KOTOR 2, which is fucking amazing.
I mean, yeah. But the problem was they fucked up.
Well, yeah.
And then they tried to make it Marvel.
The reason I fucking hate The Rise of Skywalker so much is because they did stuff with The Last Jedi. Some people liked it, some people fucking hated it. What did they decide to do? The laziest possible things they could to just kind of semi-retcon The Last Jedi and basically make an end to a trilogy that's completely incoherent and disconnected with the rest of the trilogy.
This is true. But, you know what? I still prefer Rise of Skywalker over Last Jedi.
By how much?
A lot. You know why? Because Rian Johnson fucked up with Last Jedi. And, you know what? I give respect. Here's the deal, man. I give respect. I'm not saying Rise of Skywalker is great. But I'm saying that what J.J. Abrams said was, I laid the groundwork in Force Awakens. Rian Johnson fucked it up. I'm coming back and saying, fuck that guy. I'm continuing my story. I don't care if it makes sense. And you know what? I give fucking balls to that guy for sticking to his guns rather than continuing shitty storylines that Rian Johnson... Because, listen, in my opinion, had they followed the Last Jedi storylines, Rise of Skywalker would have been worse. Rather than what we got. I think had J.J. Abrams done all 3 movies, would have been far better.
I want to know what happened with the fucking Colin Trevorrow thing. You ever hear about that? It was supposed to be called Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
They released like various concept art for it. It looked neat. It looked cool.
I never understood the idea that Han Solo came back as a not Force ghost.
You mean like in The Rise of Skywalker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or aren't we talking about how that doesn't matter?
I like the theory that from Force Awakens that Han pushed the lightsaber button. I preferred that theory.
That could be interesting, yeah.
Because the theory is that because the line says, I don't know if I have the strength to do it. And Han says, I'll help you. And then he hits the button. And then you see the look of shock in Kylo's face.
Sorry, son, I can't stand being in these movies anymore.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I love the idea that Han, because now he took the choice away from him.
Yeah.
Now Ben Skywalker can now live. Or Ben Solo.
Ben Solo, yeah.
Can live because Snoke or Palpatine said you have to kill your father, and Han said, fuck you, middle finger, I'm going to take that choice away from my son. I'm not going to let you manipulate him anymore, and I'm going to commit suicide. And it looks like Kylo did it, but he didn't. And I love that theory up until Last Jedi, where it was all fucking... But up until that point, I was like, you know what? I like Force Awakens a lot more now.
If you like Rise of Skywalker more than The Last Jedi, do you have it as the second worst Star Wars movie, or is there something between the two?
No, Last Jedi is the worst movie.
And then Rise of Skywalker. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, is that the second worst? Because for me, I'm like, The Last Jedi, I just...
Listen, Last Jedi redeemed itself with one thing, and it was Luke going...
It was because that was cool.
Yeah, Luke Skywalker saying...
Fuck you, I can do astral projection across...
I am the Jedi Master. Fuck fucking you. Yeah, that was great.
But, like... It had... I just thought there were...
Okay, so what...
Then
let me ask you, what's your second worst? Is it Rise of Skywalker?
I think I honestly have it as my worst, even beneath Last Jedi, because I
Really?
just have no respect for it whatsoever. For me, when I sat and watched Rise of Skywalker, I at least had reactions to various things for it. I swear to God, I sat and watched Rise of Skywalker for 2 hours. I did not emote throughout that entire viewing. I have never had such an experience.
You didn't even have I mean, I know you're younger, but you didn't have a moment when he raised up the X-Wing and said, yeah, fucking I can do it.
I was like, oh my God, we're doing a reference to Empire Strikes Back.
Or the fact that they retconned the idea of, like, when he caught the lightsaber as a Force Ghost and went, what the fuck you doing?
I like that.
I like the whole Luke Force Ghost thing because it retconned everything Last Jedi.
Force Ghost, because it was like, oh yeah, we did kind of fucking squander him in the last 2 movies, but I just felt so much of the movie was just trying to do lazy fan service shit, and it was just totally soulless to me. Like, it felt like everything was just there to be like, hey, do you recognize this thing? Do you know what this thing is? And there was, like, nothing else.
I mean, fair, but at this point...
It felt like a cash grab.
Listen.
I have never seen a Star Wars movie that felt like a cash grab.
I'll give you that. I will give you that, but at the end of the day, after seeing Last Jedi, I was just happy to see Wedge. I was happy to see Lando. I was just happy to see something not Rian Johnson.
Isn't it weird that guy's done, like, good jobs with non-Star Wars related shit? Isn't that strange? Like, Knives Out, I haven't seen it, but
it is
very good.
No, you know what? It's not strange. It's not strange, because this is a man who thought he was better than Star Wars. He thought, I know the way to make Star Wars better, and fucked it all up.
Shout out to Chris Avellone for not fucking that up, by the way.
Yeah. But I mean, okay, so...
Hell's Paradise.
Alright. Well, no, I'm actually curious now. We'll get to Hell's Paradise in a second. But, okay, so your list from bottom is Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi.
And The Last Jedi, and then probably... which movie do I find less enjoyable? Oh,
is it Force Awakens?
It's really tough choice between episode 1 or 2.
Wait, you enjoyed Force Awakens more than 1 or 2?
I think I might have. I think it's just overall kind of like a more competent movie.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, like, I love Duel of the Fates.
I mean,
that goes without saying. Everyone loves Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
It was like a fucking stroke of genius for like the last...
I think maybe it's my nostalgia, but you have to remember that I was watching VHS tapes of Star Wars.
Like, when I went to go see Force Awakens, that was big nostalgia for me too, because I grew up watching the Star Wars movies.
Right.
I didn't grow up with them for as long as you did, but like I grew up with the Star Wars movies, So when like fucking episode 7 came out, I'm like, I can't believe this shit. I'm watching a new Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
I
me
can't
too.
fucking believe it. I was in awe. I went to go see it on my birthday.
Oh, nice.
I think it was on my birthday.
I think I went to my birthday on Attack of the Clones. I think that was my birthday.
So I was like, this is fucking incredible. This is amazing. And even in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, it's basically just A New Hope again. But A New Hope was good.
Right?
So,
okay, I mean, fair enough. You know what? I'll give you your credence, and we'll agree to disagree on the nostalgia point, because I'm gonna always say that, like, the same feeling that you had for episode 7. I was watching Star Wars in the 90s, waiting forever, and then all of a sudden 99 rolled around, and then there was episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like double lightsaber, and I was like, oh my fucking god, I gotta see this. You know.
Remember when we used to do new things in Star Wars movies?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm curious. Because the Andor TV show, the director or whatever said there's no fan service in it. We're not doing any fan service.
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, are we going to try and do this? And we're gonna try and make it good based purely on its own merits. We're not gonna try and drag you in with being like, oh, there were cameos from this character. We're gonna try and make something good involving a guy who's pretty much shown up in only one thing. It's a pretty standard character. We're just gonna make a good TV show. Let's fucking see it. I want to find out if it'll just be good without anything else. Here's
my take. I'm curious, and I haven't seen Obi-Wan yet because I'm waiting for me and my dad to watch it together. Mm-hmm. But didn't Mandalorian already do that?
Mandalorian did that more season 1.
Yeah.
And then season 2 leaned a lot more into the fan service.
I agree. But hold on. 8 episodes, Mandalorian season 1. I didn't see fuck all. Even I was actually mad when you saw when Baby Yoda did the fucking with the horn thing, like in episode like the 4th episode, and like the Mandalorian was about to die or whatever, and I was waiting for the do and it was an original score, and I was like, where's my fucking Jedi theme? I was actually mad that they didn't pander to me. I was like, where's my Jedi Force theme? Fuck off. He's using the Force. Use the Jedi theme.
This is why Star Wars is a franchise that's in such a weird position. Because it's been around for so long, and it's so ingrained into the pop culture, that we're left in a difficult position of, do we do new shit, or do we just keep doing fan service?
Right.
And
but I would argue
they don't do a good job at striking a balance.
I would argue that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni know what the fuck they're doing.
I would, yeah.
The Mandalorian, the 2 seasons, fan-fucking-tastic. People didn't like Boba Fett. I understand why some people didn't like Boba Fett, but I like Boba Fett. It wasn't really about Boba Fett. Well, it was for half a season.
About him, but then it was what, 6 episodes? 6, 7.
Yeah, but there were 8 episodes of Boba Fett. 6 of them were about him, and then people complained the last 2 had Mandalorian. And I was like, so it was still 6 episodes about, and people forget the first episode was an hour and a half.
I understood the complaints about the Mandalorian because basically now you cannot watch season 3 of The Mandalorian without at least watching the last 2 episodes of Book of Boba Fett. It's the problem that the MCU is running into now, where
you gotta watch TV shows.
You have to subscribe to a streaming platform and watch all of our TV shows for you to fully understand what's happening.
I mean, that's sort of fair in a way, but no, I agree with you when I say it's fair. It's annoying, but also, my idea is, if I'm going to watch, listen, if they made me watch Ahsoka, Andor, and all that shit just to understand Mandalorian Season 3, I'd be like, alright, what the fuck you doing? But they're asking me to watch one show. Which, by the way, is about the original Mandalorian that we knew from 1980. So, you know, like they're not asking me like the MCU. Like your argument's solid, or their argument. I'm not saying it's yours, but the argument is
I haven't really kept up with the MCU.
It's 35 movies and 17 TV shows.
That's a lot.
Yeah. It's literally, and I'm not hyperbole. That is the facts.
Especially with like them pumping out so much shit is causing a decrease in quality.
And they don't even want to be consistent, because sometimes it's like, oh, Jessica Jones is canon. No, it's not. Luke Cage is canon. No, it's not.
Oh, Daredevil's canon now. Well.
Yeah, like, so you don't even know what the fuck you're supposed to watch. So and people are still following the MCU, but they'll complain like, I have to watch 8 episodes of Book of Boba Fett? Fuck off. That literally takes a weekend. A weekend, you can watch the Book of Boba Fett.
That's true.
Easy. You could take an afternoon and be done by midnight.
Yeah, exactly.
It's 8 hours. Like, I'm serious. Like, it's not they're not asking you to watch 13 seasons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So, and realistically, as you said, you only need to watch the last 2 episodes if you were not that interested.
Right.
Like, if you're willing to accept, okay, Boba Fett is now, like, if you were to summarize and say, okay, Boba didn't die, he came back, and now he's heading a crime syndicate, you could watch the last 2 episodes and be fine. Like, I enjoyed the Book of Boba Fett. I don't know why anybody else didn't.
Tell me, do you agree with the take that Boba Fett and oftentimes other characters like him become less cool and interesting the more time we just spend showing them doing stuff?
100%.
You think he's become less cool?
I never got the fascination with Boba Fett.
I see.
Like, once again, I grew up in the 90s, and Boba Fett was all the rage in the 90s, and I just never got it. I was like, this dude, you mean the guy who got eaten by the sand creature? I was like...
And then it burped after...
Yeah, I was all about the... And this is before the special edition, of course. And I was all about the green lightsaber. I was like...
I love that green lightsaber. It's great.
Yeah, I was all about the green lightsaber. I was like, Jedi, fuck... Bounty hunters? Who gives a shit? These guys are pale in comparison to the Sith. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker? Fuck yeah. You know? So, I never understood. I actually have an Obi-Wan Kenobi with a green lightsaber. Still have the toy. Because back in the day, they didn't have the colors right. So the toys were still built that way. But you had a little action thing, which... you could pull the chain, and then Obi-Wan and Vader would like come close and like clash, and you know.
Oh, excellent.
So it was like McDonald's level toys.
Oh,
but
I love those.
They were Walmart toys, like they're official. Like I still have them, and you could remove the cloak and stuff like that. It was.
That was always great. Man,
Oh yeah, they were.
Every time I see like fucking action figures in the store, I'm like, these seem so fucking terrible from when they made them when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Like nowadays, like I remember some really bad toys when I was a kid, but I see some toys now and I'm just like, has technology not advanced? Like, my toys were better.
We've gotten lazier with them. We're just like, oh
like,
yeah, I guess it's like a miniature or whatever. It's got like 6 points of articulation. You can move the arms and legs.
Yeah.
At the fucking waist.
They're so convinced that that's all they wanted, not like detail. You know, like
serious shit is good. The good stuff now is like $30. That's the problem. All the good shit is really fucking expensive.
Yeah, I mean,
more like the standard stuff was good.
Yeah, exactly. Like you could go to Walmart and buy a Bionicle. It was $9, and it was a Bionicle. It was the real deal.
I actually just had this conversation like with Play Free yesterday or something, where I'm like, Lego sets have gotten way more expensive than when I used to like get them all the time. I remember like a $60 Lego set was fucking nuts. It was something fucking huge. Like a $60 Lego set would be something big. Nowadays, like standard Lego sets are $60.
Yep.
It's inflation.
Exactly.
I
And
understand it now.
now I still have the entire set of Dragonstone Mega Blocks. Mega Blocks was the cheap version of Lego. Like I had Lego, but
I had both because they made Halo Mega Blocks, which were always cool, and I had friends that liked them, so I was like, these are fucking neat. I would always buy them.
right.
So I had
So
both.
so but I had all 5 dragons. Between me and my brother, we had all 5 dragons, all 5 sets. And we had the massive amount, the army, the whole bit. And I still have... My mother wanted to throw away that board the other day, and I said, are you fucking crazy? I'm keeping that fucking cardboard. I own that shit. I am not throwing away my fucking... Are you... My Mega Blocks? Are you kidding me? Because I know for a fact, I am in no position to do it yet, but I want to eventually, right now, with all the bookcases behind me, fuck my manga volumes, I want to build a Lego empire behind me.
Okay, that was also something we were talking about. It was like Clover wants to buy like a bunch of Minecraft Lego sets. I'm like, yes, make a Minecraft world. She was like, oh, I need to have like a room in my basement, just like a big table to put a bunch of Lego sets on. I'm like, yes, yes.
Listen, if I ever get the $20, I will be playing Minecraft with you guys in your realm.
Hell yeah.
Because all I'm going to do is go off on some random fucking coast in my own island, and I'm going to build a tower. And it's going to be this... I'm just going to build this giant kingdom and be like, hi guys, I have my own fucking kingdom. Hello, I'm Isengard. How are you?
Man, building shit like big tower over the oceans is the best.
Listen, I've been doing... And now PS4 has now, expanded the fucking, the limits. So now it's...
So before it used to be limited, but now it's like, oh yeah, we can do infinite generation now.
Yeah, because I built the Pokemon world, by the way. In Minecraft on PS4, I built Kanto and Johto. I built the first 2 games. To scale, I built every gym, every region, every route.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, and I'd love to import it, but you can't because weird. But anyways, fact of the matter is that I would love to join because how do you join again?
You make like a I guess you have to make a Mojang account.
Yeah.
And then basically I would just have to add your username.
Do you have to pay for that monthly or what's?
No, you do a one-time payment. I pay monthly to keep the realm up. I pay like $8.
Yeah, you pay for the realm, but for me to join, I would have to buy it. Right?
You spend like $20-$30 on an account, and then that's the only time you ever have to spend money.
Okay,
and you
interesting.
just own the game forever. Or you can play the game forever.
Interesting. Once again, it would just be kind of cool to roam around and be like, oh, there's play free. Hey.
I unfortunately haven't been able to enjoy Minecraft nearly as much as I did when I was in elementary and middle school. When I played on my iPod and stuff, Pocket Edition. That shit was part of my formative years. That was amazing.
I just think it would be kind of cool to even if we weren't chilling in VC, or even if we weren't it'd be cool to just show up and be like, oh, there's Griever's house. It's fucking amazing. Look at his dark tower. And be like, yeah.
It's always so nice to just walk around and see other people's stuff there. Otherwise, for me, the world always feels so empty, which is weird because it's full of stuff.
Yeah. But that's why... I don't know, I was thinking about it, but I mean, money's an issue as always, but...
Yeah, money.
Yeah. But anyways, let's just check in with the chat really quick, and then I think we'll end the stream.
We have more bad takes in the chat.
Oh, do we have bad takes? Let's see.
From the usual suspects.
Caden said The Mandalorian sucks. Caden, you're wrong. Caden said the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is so-so. No, I'm sure you're wrong because...
Caden, you just have a lot of bad takes tonight. I don't know what to
Caden said the reason why the toys were so badly made was because they originally thought that Star Wars was going to be a blockbuster failure. You realize I'm talking about toys made in 1995, right?
After Star Wars was already like one of the most successful.
The trilogy was made and finished by 83. So toys made in 95.
They were so shit and cheaply made then because they were just mass produced. That's the reason why most things are shit is because they're mass produced.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Artist says I have a bunch of Lego Star Wars sets displayed in my room. Artist coming through with the OG, like let's go.
I have 3 here because well, I suppose I still have I have the big sets. I have those like in a box at my mom's house. But those are like the old ones I had, and I had to throw out a bunch of my Legos years ago because my mom was like, "You don't use this shit anymore. You haven't touched this in like 3 or 4 years. So just get rid of it. It's just taking up space."
You know what the problem with that is? Like my mother. I'll tell you right now. My mother made me give back the $20. I bought some original base set cards when I was like 9 years old, like Pokemon cards. I'm talking like Venusaur, Poliwrath, Alakazam, all the really rare cards. Right now, a Venusaur card goes for $400 fucking bucks.
This kind of shit is what gets you put in a home.
Yeah, and that's why now my mother is she's still apologizing to me to this day, be like, and she made me go back to the park and give the cards back for the $20 because she said that's your Christmas money, blah blah blah.
It's my Christmas money. I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it.
Yeah, and I was a good kid, so I did what my mother told me, and I should have fucking defied her.
Should have lied.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, let's see. Where was I? Kane said the reason why the toys... Oh, yeah. Kane said never had Lego. Too cool for that. Wait,
yeah,
wait, what?
Yeah.
Nobody. First of all, my wife just bought a Sesame Street. My wife is 32 years old and she just bought Sesame Street Lego. Don't tell me what age I can't buy. You know what Lego is? Lego is 3+. There's no limit.
We literally got Clover's first Lego sets like fucking 6 months ago.
And what's Clover? 20?
Yeah. Because they were fucking poor when she was growing up. You know?
There you go. Listen, Lego has an age minimum. It doesn't have an age maximum. Fuck off with your stereotypes.
Continue to buy Lego sets.
Yeah. I always have rip-off Dollar Tree version. Yeah, your Dollar Tree version. First off, Dollar Tree doesn't exist in Canada because we're better than that. And number 2...
Hey, Dollar Tree is very good for people that are straight up broke.
Yeah. We have Dollarama. It's way better.
I see.
Yeah. Well. Kane said, I never played Minecraft, but I love watching people build random stuff. Fair enough. Kane said, I went to Universal and went to Legoland and saw a Lego statue of Hulk and the Avengers. Then why are you shitting on Lego?
This is a man of contradictions. I will never understand.
Listen, I love Caden. Caden is in all my streams. Like even the Kotar ones, which, by the way, you have not been in enough of them, Misk.
I apologize. They're
very
time consuming.
Caden jumps into them every time, so it's hard for me to hate on Caden, but god damn, my man. Like,
Caden, go get a girlfriend or something.
Yeah, because he loves... Listen, he actually does do some great shit, though. Like, he creates controversial topics. Like, he'll be like, Naruto Bleach, or...
chat interactions.
Yeah, like, he is very active in the chat, and that's fantastic. And I do appreciate it, so I don't want to piss him off. But still, like, Caden, my guy. Like, there's a time and a place.
This behavior, I cannot condone.
Yeah, it's so sad. So, JJK, by the way.
Yeah? How you feel about that chapter? I liked it.
Have not read it yet.
Oh, It's
Am I gonna like it?
it is both funny and hype.
Mm-hmm.
The new characters are funny and hype. It's a good
Are we
combination.
done with the fight yet?
No, but
Oh.
we're taking an interesting turn. You know what a
Okay.
big problem with this fight has been? There's been no real character shit for Maki.
All right.
We're
Well,
fixing that a little bit. We're setting up the fixing of that.
You know what? It's funny because last chapter I didn't understand fully what happened with Camo. So.
Yeah, I didn't get it originally either.
Yeah.
But when people pointed that out, I'm like, oh wait, that's even fucking better. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I actually liked the chapter a lot more. And so in the next chapter review, which I'm going to do tomorrow, because I already did One Piece and now Hell's Paradise, I'm going to initially say, look, last chapter was better than I thought. I didn't understand it. Blah, blah, blah. You know. Once again, don't know what happened this chapter, but I just feel like I owe it because I read the chapter and I didn't dislike the chapter and I didn't shit on it, but I also feel like
whatever. Sakurajima's mid, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I feel like now that I understand it more fully, I feel like I owe it in my next review to say, hey, that was a really fire chapter.
Well, this chapter introduced something that is really goddamn cool. And I'm very interested in seeing what they do with it. Because it's cool on its own, but then it's also set up for stuff with Maki, and I'm like, I want to see where this goes.
Fair enough.
It will make for interesting discussion as to, like, what the actual importance is. I won't get into detail with it, because then, obviously, that would just kind of reveal what happened in the chapter. But,
I mean, I'm gonna review it tomorrow, so
yeah.
And then I'll do Ayakashi Triangle on Sunday, so I'll be all caught up. When are we supposed to get the? Do you have any indication when we're supposed to get the double chapter of Shimatsu no Valkyrie?
Well, the Raws are out already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Raws are out.
You've read them, I assume.
I haven't gone through the entirety of them. It's not. We're not like getting super. The fight has technically started, but it's not like big combat stuff. It's all stuff
Pre-game.
Good to do during a double month,
Right?
Because then the normal months are just combat, pretty much.
So.
They're good for pacing. It's a month.
Oh, I'm gonna be happy.
I think you'll probably be happy.
All right.
Well, with at least one of the chapters, you'll be happy.
All right. Because we all know how I feel about Beelzebub.
Oh, we know. That's why I say you'll probably.
And we all know how I love and wank off the guy who literally created my career being an electrician.
I went that guy off as well. He's the one. He's gonna give us a.
He is probably the smartest guy of the last 1,000 years, like bar none.
In terms of at least creation, yeah.
Like
the man has basically created the modern world.
He created electricity. So by and large,
our ability to harness electricity.
Well, yeah, but he created the ability to harness electricity. So the fact that you're plugged into a computer right now is him.
Tesla.
The fact that I'm talking to you is him.
The fact that I'm playing Hollow Knight right now, I
is
have my
him.
phone here with the stream open. It's all Tesla. What a cool guy that Tesla.
The fact that we plug in a 120 volt to an AC adapter to charge our iPhones. Him.
Alright, I do actually need to go over these leaks in depth. Or not leaks, but ROTs. I need to go over them in depth, because I really haven't.
Well, I'm very excited to read
Wheelchair
them.
Symbol randomly looking up Hell's Paradise videos, and I see this. Well, we're not very Hell's Paradise centric for the last hour or so, but there was a whole several chapter reactions. There's a playlist of reactions. You can go watch that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Wheelchair Symbol randomly looking up Hell's Paradise, and I see this. I'm very sorry. We've just been chatting because we're ending the stream anyways. The stream should have been ended an hour ago. So it was just me and Miss chatting at this point. We already talked about Hell's Paradise. We had a great time. definitely go check out all the chapter reactions if you're interested. So yeah. But anyways, I think we're gonna end the stream where it's been almost 4 hours, which it shouldn't have been, but whatever. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. It's always very good to hear from all of you. Thank you to everybody who responded in the chat. It's always greatness. So, yeah. Anyways, we'll see you guys back here next time for Jujutsu Kaisen review tomorrow. Ayakashi Triangle review coming out, assuming there's a chapter coming out on Sunday. And then potentially I am starting a new Pokemon sort of challenge thing. So, still working on the details on that, but wait and see. So, anyways, that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you back here next time. Peace out. Later, bitches. Bye.
And with that, I'll head out as well.